are just one click away.
Sergio Aguero. Oh, that's vicious! Unstoppable!
Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
You are listening to Sports Flashes live. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Hello and welcome to the live chit chat with me, Paritosh Joshi and Sahil Maggu for the match between Kings 11 Punjab and KKR. The two giants of IPL are colliding for surviving for the playoff race of IPL top 4. Along with me, Sahil, your favorite team KKR is playing today, and the news from the centre is that KKR has won the toss and they have opted to bowl first. What are your thoughts about it, Sahil?
A very good evening to all our listeners out there, and Paritosh, first of all, many congratulations to you because Mumbai Indians has qualified, has sealed a berth for themselves as the second team right now in the playoffs. So a sigh of relief as a Mumbai fan.
Well, certainly a sigh of relief because the match was down to the wire last night, and Hardik Pandya, time and again, he is the one who is thrown in the deep end when the time comes, and he was successful in getting us the win, so quite happy with that. And along with Mumbai, CSK and DC, Delhi Capitals, they have secured a playoff berth after 7 years. 7 years, so that is positive for Delhi Capitals fans, and the fourth spot is still to be claimed, and that is why these teams, this match is so crucial for both of these teams as they collide for a spot. So Sahil, you picked KKR initially for a playoff spot, and sadly for my prediction, their match against RCB was called off due to rain and the tremendous cyclone that all of our east side is currently going through. So for you, that's good news because that resulted in two outs from the playoff race, RCB and RR.
Well, yes, RCB and RR pretty much out of the race in terms of qualifying for the playoff spots, but today's game will also decide which team stays in contention and which team is out, because both Kings 11 Punjab and Kolkata Knight Riders have 10 points from 12 games that they have played, and as compared to Sunrisers Hyderabad, who's at 12 points with 13 games, Hyderabad has a very good net run rate when you take the comparison between these three teams. But if you see for Kolkata Knight Riders and Kings 11 Punjab, they first of all need to win both their games and need to win it in a convincing fashion because of their poor inferior net run rate, I would say. Kolkata Knight Riders have a slightly better chance. They have a net run rate of plus 0.1, whereas Kings 11 Punjab have a net run rate of minus 0.96, if I am not mistaken, which would make matters more difficult. Now that they're batting first, they would at least want to score a 200 plus score so that they can win by a margin of 70-80 runs.
Well, they certainly want to score big and win big here, Kings 11 Punjab, because they're batting first. And for Ravichandran Ashwin, he also said that he was confused what to pick if he wins the toss. Luckily for him, he had no choice in that, and Dinesh Karthik was the one who chose to field first. And the news about the playing 11, Kings 11 Punjab, some changes in their squad: Lokesh Rahul, Chris Gale, Mayank Agrawal, Mandeep Singh, Nicholas Puran, Sam Curran, Ravichandran Ashwin, Morgan Ashwin, Mohammad Shami, Arshdeep Singh and Andrew Tai. So it's Mujib who took the fall, and
yes, there was Mujib and David Miller, both the overseas players have been replaced.
Yes, and for the KKR squad, Sahil will guide us in this chat.
Well, Kolkata Knight Riders is unchanged for this game, as Chris Lane, Shubman Gill, both the openers who opened in the last game and performed well, would be expected to open in today's game, followed by Robin Uthappa, Nitish Rana, Dinesh Karthik, Andre Russell, Sunil Narayan, Rinku Singh, Piyush Chawla, Harry Gurney and Sandeep Warrior. So the team for KKR is unchanged, whereas for Kings 11 Punjab there are two changes. David Miller and Mujibur Rahman are not playing. Replacing them are two seamers, Andrew Tai and Sam Curran. Given the conditions of the fact that there was a lot of rain and drizzle, as you said, because of the cyclone towards the eastern side, there were spells of shower here as well. So the pitch is now conducive to seamers. That's why the change, I think, for Kings 11 Punjab.
Well, that's why the change, because the Mohali pitch is known to assist the paces a bit, and for the batsmen as well, it's a good pitch to bat on, because the average score on this pitch is around 170, 175. So the batsmen would love batting in this pitch, and Mohali pitch is always known to perform good for the batsmen. And quite a few handful we have as batsmen in this game. Kolkata Knight Riders, they have the power of Andre Russell. Dinesh Karthik coming back in form was a good sign for them. Shubman Gill has been performing good lately, and so is Chris Lynn. For Kings XI Punjab, they have the mighty universe boss Chris Gale and Lokesh Rahul, who opened the proceedings for them. And they also have Mandeep Singh, who was decent for them. Ravichandran Ashwin has played cameos of his own in this season's IPL, and they can expect something from Mayank Agrawal as well. So it is going to be a cracker of a match, and the average first inning score at Mohali is 169, so very close to that 170, 175 of the average score on this Mohali pitch. So in this season's IPL, what do you think the best decision would have been? Bat first or bowl first?
Well, it's very difficult to decide on a Mohali turf, because the grounds are big as compared to other grounds in India where the games have been playing. Mohali ground is bigger, so the power score is 170-75, which can easily be 190-195 in a Wankhede or Eden Gardens, given the size of the grounds there. So it's even Stevens as far as the pitch is concerned. There won't be a lot of changes in terms of the 22 yards, because it's conducive to batting. But at the same time, what is important is to see whether there will be dew in Mohali, because we know that a dew factor plays a big role in Mohali. So if there is going to be dew, it's going to be difficult for Punjab spinners, because they have two spinners. There's Ashwin, there's Murugan. They're both Ashwins. There's Murugan Ashwin and there's Ravichandran Ashwin. So it's going to be difficult how Ashwin uses himself and the other Ashwin when they come out to bowl. Maybe they'll use themselves in the power play over if they want to prevent getting affected by the dew factor, or we'll see how that pans out. As for Kolkata Knight Riders, well, they also have two spinners, but since it's the beginning of the game, they'll be able to control the ball better and not be too much worried about the dew factor.
Well, they wouldn't be too much worried about the dew factor, but for Karthik, he certainly noted that point in his talk during the toss, that the dew factor has played an essential role when it comes deep down into the game, and that's the reason that they are opting to bowl first and bat later. They have the prowess of Andre Russell, who is known to go berserk while chasing at times, and he is one-man army for KKR at the moment. Coming to our chit-chat session, there are a lot of people joining in our box right now. Otis Mahavir says good evening, and KKR chose to bowl. Yes, we have already noted that. Dharmendra Kumar is also with us. So is DJ Temum, who's saying the first total to be 170, I guess. So a decent total, an average total on this ground, so that wouldn't be a cause of worry for KKR. Andre Barry is saying good morning. Well, it's good evening here in India, so good morning to you and good evening to all other listeners. Romi Singh is saying that he's from USA, I think that's what he's trying to say. Shetri Isha is saying hello and good evening. Good evening to you, Isha. And we have Ram Prasad Khushbu, who's saying that Hardik Pandya will bring the World Cup back to India. People should stop coffee jokes now and encourage him rather than putting him down with taunts. So, well, certainly Hardik Pandya is a bright prospect, and he has shown time and often that what kind of player he is. Tenzin is also with us, and he's saying hi to Sahil and me. Well, hello Tenzin, and welcome to the chat. And you have a companion with you for supporting KKR, Sahil, in the box. Chiku Rai is also with us, and so is Abir Kumar. Abir Kumar, well, hello and welcome to the chat. Khalid Memon is with us, and he says that it's Punjab bowling versus KKR batting. Well, I have to say it's all the team because they don't have a certain bright aspect. Although Andre Russell and Chris Gale are standout players, but you can't really pinpoint a finger at someone's performance in this team because they have been rather inconsistent. And Alan Kitwaru is also with us, and is supporting Kings XI Punjab. So a very warm welcome, and we hope that your team is able to put on a big score here. Raja Dhanuk is also with us, and I am good, Dhanuk. Rahul is also with us, so is Gidhari Meena. And Andre Berry says it's a big game. Yes, it's a very big game for both of these sides because whichever team loses is certainly out of contention for the playoff spot. And you won't want KKR to lose in this game, Sahil.
Well, definitely as a KKR fan, Tenzin has also joined us. There are a couple of other people also who were commenting KKR. There's Simran Gaha, who's also saying KKR. There's Dabir Mohammed, who's also saying Ami KKR. Well, for a lot of these people, a lot of fans, and for me also personally, we would want KKR to win this game and at least keep their hopes alive in the competition. As far as Kings and Punjab fans are concerned, it's a bit similar situation for both the teams. Whoever goes on to win this game and the next game is going to make it to the top 4. But it becomes difficult for Punjab in the sense that their net run rate is inferior than that of KKR's. So they not only have to win both the games, they have to win it comprehensively and hope that Sunrisers Hyderabad lose their game comprehensively against Royal Challengers Bangalore. So there are a lot of ifs and buts going on in terms of the qualification spots. But let's see how these two teams play on their own. At the end of the day, what matters is how you perform, and then you can obviously see where destiny takes you and in comparison to other teams' performances. Starting the proceedings would be Sandeep Warrior for Kolkata Knight Riders. He had a decent outing in the last game, bowled 4 overs for being an economical around 7.5, picking up 1 wicket. So a lot would be expected from him while he's bowling to informed batsmen KL Rahul as well as Chris Gayle, both of which have been the major run contributor for Kings and Punjab. So if they are able to get an early breakthrough, it's going to be a difficult task for Kings and Punjab to rebuild their innings.
Well, certainly that has been the case whenever these two have performed well. Kings and Punjab have gone on to win the game, and when they lose early wickets, it's certainly trouble for Kings 11. It's 3-2-1, and it's game on at Mohali as Warrior is now striding in to bowl the first ball, and he'll be facing the massive and mighty Chris Gayle.
Well, what a moment this for the young lad Sandeep Warrior. Trying to bowl to Chris Gayle is a big day for him. If he's able to take his wicket, it will be a much better day for him. But yes, given the occasion, given the instant, the opportunity to bowl against Chris Gayle is something that he will remember for years to come. As the first ball bowled by him is straight on middle stump, which is just fended by Chris Gayle. That bat looks like a toothpick in his hands.
Well, certainly, because he used to bat with a bigger bat, and with the newer rules, certainly different sizes of bat is not allowed now. And he bowled that one on the toe of Chris Gayle as that'll be a single. Yes, that'll be a single on the second ball. So now KL Rahul is now getting ready to face his first ball of the evening. He has been quite some form for Kings and Punjab, scoring at a brilliant rate in the previous season, and this time around he has also been a handful for the other teams. So they'll be looking at a wicket of KL Rahul rather than Chris Gayle, because Chris Gayle has been in and out of touch. But if he gets going, he's also a very dangerous batsman.
Well, for KKR point of view, both are dangerous batsmen, because this season KL Rahul has scored 520 runs, which is the highest score for Punjab, which is followed by Chris Gayle with 449 runs. So both have contributed, both have pitched in terms of the batting performances and runs. And if these two get out early, there's a big void in the Punjab batting order, because the third highest after this is Mayank Agarwal, who has 289 runs. So there's a huge gap in terms of the scoring. There is 289, and then there are 500 and 450 plus figures. So big occasion. While a lot of people in the chit chat session are supporting KKR, there's Akbar AK who's backing KKR. There's Abhishek who says today Kolkata will win. There's Khalid Menon who's commenting that King Khan versus Pretty Woman today. Well, yes, it's Pretty Woman. I thought that was a catch. I just thought for a second I got excited. Yes.
So for KKR fans, it was not a wicket, as it was a one bounce for the fielder on that occasion. KL Rahul going for the covers that time around, and he is also a very bright prospect for the Indian side. KL Rahul. Astute Survivor is also with us, and he's saying Ashwin is a good bowler. Don't know that what has brought so much negativity in him. He seems negative to me, but again, it's my opinion. Well, that's your opinion, Astute Survivor, and I don't think he's negative. He's just frustrated that he's not getting a chance in the Indian side, because he's been performing well. It's just a matter of luck that he has other bowlers who are performing better at the moment. And what are we seeing here at the moment in the field? KKR had a chance for a run out, but completely miscued that on that occasion. So it's now 4 deliveries and 2 runs on board. Gayle is back on strike.
Well, Gayle was strolling there. I don't know what happened there. There was some miscommunication as Gayle was trying to make it to the crease, and poor fielding there, I would say. Well, Shubman Gill tried his best to get a throw, and had he hit Chris Gayle would have been struggling. That would have been a huge wicket for Kolkata Knight Riders. I would certainly say that's a miss because Chris Gayle was not even in the frame.
Well, certainly, if that was out, Chris Gayle would have been a goner, and Kings XI Punjab would be struggling because we know as soon as they lose their openers, they are struggling. But this time around, Gayle, brilliant shot, rather uncharacteristic from Chris Gayle, going through the covers, and a 4 for them. First of the evening for Kings XI Punjab, and first for Chris Gayle as he moves on to 5. It's 5 deliveries bowled, 6 already on the board for Kings XI Punjab.
Well, fortune favors the brave, and this time, this moment, Chris Gayle is the one who is the braver out of the two. Chris Gayle would have been gone. He was run out clearly, but Shubman Gill wasn't able to hit the stumps. The next delivery that he faces is a full delivery on the outside off, and this has been driven towards the cover area for a boundary. First boundary for Gayle and Punjab, as they are 6 without loss of any wicket in 0.5 deliveries. Warrior has been decent in terms of his line and length. He's tried to be away from Chris Gayle's hitting arc and try to find a spot. Meanwhile, this one's again been driven, and what a shot that is. So back-to-back boundaries. Chris Gayle is riding on his luck as 2 consecutive boundaries there from his bat, both driven very nicely. It's just elegant timing.
Well, not on his luck, but on his skill rather, because Chris Gayle is now looking good at the moment for Kings XI Punjab. 2 consecutive boundaries, and the total now is 10 after 1 over. And they certainly missed a chance. They had a chance of getting Chris Gayle run out, and they fluffed it. And we know how crucial the wicket of Chris Gayle is, because if he gets going, it is going to be very difficult for any side to get back into the game.
Well, a lot of support coming in the chit-chat session. Nuruddin Saeed has also joined. He's also saying KKR will win. Well, at the moment, it seems Punjab in the first over, given that they have gotten 10 runs on the board with 2 consecutive boundaries from Chris Gayle's bat and a decent start. Decent start for Punjab. Still a long way to go in this game, as there are 19 overs that need to be bowled in this innings and then 20 another in the other innings. So far so good for Punjab, as they are 10 for no loss. For KKR, well, there was a very close chance that could have resulted in a big wicket of Chris Gayle's, but it hasn't gone in their favour. Devon Lowe has joined, and he's saying Punjab to the world. Well, he is a Punjab supporter, pretty much evident. Iqbal Khan, on the other hand, is saying KKR will win. Paritosh, let me ask you this question.
Quite divided the chit-chat box this time around.
Not really. I can see KKR, more of KKR, but I'm pretty sure as the match progresses, there will be a lot of Punjab also. See, there's Anish Kafke has also joined, saying KKR, while Sharif Ahmed is predicting Punjab will be 175 for 7. Win KKR.
So another KKR supporter.
Yes.
And luckily for Sahil, more of KKR support this time around.
I'm hoping
something.
Yeah, Paritosh, I wanted to ask you that in terms of the management. Meanwhile, that's a slow delivery from Harry Gurney, who's commenced the second over, edged by KL Rahul, but it didn't carry to Dinesh Karthik as it fell up. It bounced before he could grab the ball. Another close chance, but definitely not a wicket that could have gone in KKR's favor. Good start for Harry Gurney there. Coming back to what I was asking you, in terms of both the teams, how they are placed, KKR is 6th, Kings XI Punjab is 7th. They know that if they lose this game, it's a virtual eliminator. They will be knocked out of the tournament. So a lot of pressure. How does the management try to calm the players, the individuals, when you know that you have such big match winners in the form of Chris Gayle, Andre Russell? Then how do you tell them that you have to come good in today's game?
Well, in this case, I think Ravichandran Ashwin has a fair bit experience in pressure games. He has played crucial games for India and for CSK as well at one point, and later on for Kings XI Punjab. So he knows how to deal with pressure, and these players are quite seasoned in the international scene. So facing pressure shouldn't be of a problem. The major thing that would be running on the minds of the management is to take one game at a time. They don't have to think too far ahead and not get too over in themselves. They need to secure a win here, and that's how things should be planned, because you never know, cricket is a funny game and things change quite quickly. So the only strategy you should go through is one game at a time, strategize for one game and then move on to the next.
Well, that's a very valid point made there, that let's just take care of the simple things. Let's just take care of what's happening at the moment, and then we'll think about what's going to happen in the future. Meanwhile, Surendra Acharya wants to know the standings, while Elon Kitwara says that the 2 openers will score 60 each, and Tayob saying KKR will win. Anish Kafke has joined us from Nepal and is a big fan of KKR. There seem to be a lot of KKR fans and supporters, while Astute Survivor is predicting a score of 188 for 6. Meanwhile, that's another driven from Chris Gale. Will that reach the boundary? No, it won't, because of the slow outfield. It has drizzled a lot. The outfield is slow, and Chris Gale being Chris Gale, he's just run a single run. He doesn't want to put in the hard work. Oh, he's taken 2. So there could have been an easy 3, but just 2 from Chris Gale's bat.
Well, they're trying to get to the ball to the outfield as much times as possible, and that'll certainly be a worry for the spinners in the KKR side, because we know as the ball travels to the outfield, it gets wet, and that it's difficult to get a grip on, and that's what happened in the previous game when SRH were playing Mumbai. Mumbai were bowling in the second innings, and we saw many full tosses in the last 2 overs. And meanwhile, there's action on the field. Shubman Gill certainly had a chance of getting his hands wrapped around the ball. That could have replaced Chris Gale, and it fell short of him. And good attempt, but just close.
Well, so far, yet so close, yet so far. Shubman Gill again in the mix of things. He tried to get closer to that one, but it fell short in front of him. So Chris Gale riding his luck as he's being surviving ball after ball, but yes, he has gotten 2 boundaries as well. So a mixed bag of events as Harry Gurney completes his first over, giving away just 3 runs. Kings 11 Punjab are 13 without loss of no wickets in 2 overs. For the standings, a lot of people want to know what are the standings. Well, Kings 11 Punjab are 7th at the moment due to an inferior net run rate as compared to Kolkata Knight Riders, who are placed 6th. Both of them have played 12 games and have 10 points. Chennai Super Kings is comfortably at 1 with 18 points. Mumbai Indians is at 16 with a better net run rate as compared to Delhi Capitals, who are on 3rd. Sunrisers Hyderabad are at 4th at the moment. Well, it's going to be a tough match between Sunrisers Hyderabad, Kings and Punjab, Kolkata Knight Riders as to who will make it into the top 3, while Rajasthan Royals are 6th with 11 points. Bottom of the table is RCB with 8 points from their 13 games, and they are pretty much 9 points, beg your pardon, from 13 games, and they're pretty much out of contention. So they will be trying to play party spoilers when they face Sunrisers Hyderabad and try to block them and help maybe KKR or Kings and Punjab come through.
Well, for your sakes, I'll say that RCB would try to defeat SRH, because SRH are struggling without their openers. David Warner has also left, and Johnny Bairstow left earlier, and that has certainly been quite a hit for SRH. They were fantastic when they had both of their openers, but without them in the team, their batting is certainly struggling, and we saw that in yesterday's game. There was an easy target at Wankhede pitch, but as soon as their openers were done, Martin Kapil, who is comparatively new to the team, was not able to click, and that was a crucial point of the game, as Manish Pandey played a fantastic innings, but if one of the openers would have stayed, that could have been very difficult for Mumbai Indians, but they were able to secure the win in super over nonetheless. And in this game, Harry Gurney fared quite well in the second over, giving away just 3 runs, and now the third over begins. 2 deliveries have been bowled, and KL Rahul is now on strike.
Yes, KL Rahul is on strike, and he has played the first 2 deliveries, as there is some mixed bounce that you can see. The ball is not coming to the bat as you would expect at the Mohali Stadium. IS Bindra Stadium is known to be a batting paradise, but at the moment, because of the rain, most probably the pitch is behaving there's variable bounce on the pitch. And in the chit chat session, there are a lot of more support for KKR, as Osh Sharma says KKR hai tayyar. Well, I don't know if they are tayyar or not, because they're pretty much dependent on one player. That's in the air. Is it going to be caught? Yes, it is! First wicket for Kolkata Knight Riders. That's a brilliant slow delivery from Sandeep Warrier as Chris Lynn completes the catch. KL Rahul departs at the score of 2, and joy for Kolkata fans as Kings and Punjab are 13 for 1 in 2.3 overs.
Oh, fantastic by Chris Lynn. He ran back, and initial wicket falls for Kings 11 Punjab. KL Rahul tried to play it on the up, but was never really having any knowledge about the length and speed of the delivery. And Chris Lynn completing a brilliant catch, because you have to give him credit. He was running back, and that was a decent catch by Chris Lynn. So KL Rahul departs. He was struggling, only 2 runs in 7 deliveries, and the initial breakthrough is now done for KKR.
Yes, a big breakthrough there for Kolkata Knight Riders, as they've gotten the in-form KL Rahul, who departed just by scoring 2 runs from 7 deliveries. 13 for 1 is Kings 11 Punjab. In the chit-chat session, there is Sachin Kumar, who is saying PB, which means Punjab. Santosh Behera is also supporting Kings 11 Punjab. Shaheen Habib is supporting KKR. Well, there are a lot of people talking about PUBG as well. There is live action going on right now, so it's difficult to talk about the other things. Astute Survivor wants to know from Wali, please tell us a method through which DC go to first position. Picture scenario: DC holding the IPL cup. Whoa, awesome. Well, Wali is also in the chit chat session. He's not commentating right now. But Wali, let me just raise this question to you. Astute Saraiva wants to know what is the perfect scenario for Delhi Capitals and how can they make the World Cup, IPL Cup.
World Cup. Oh my God, Sai.
That would be as good as the winning the World Cup
Yes.
for all of us, because it's been 11. How many years has the
11.
It's been 11 years. So
12
after
years.
11 years, imagine Shreyas Iyer, of all the people holding that trophy. I would just want Thanos to snap the fingers so that everyone would turn to dust, and Delhi Capitals turn out to be the final champions of the IPL.
Well, that's there. Astute Saraiva, Wali giving his references in his own astute way, saying that he would want Shreyas Iyer to become Thanos, snap it, and so that the cup comes. Meanwhile, Mayank Agarwal has come into the crease, and what a way to start his innings. A wide delivery on the outside off stump has been cut away for a 4. Good start for Mayank Agarwal as he plays it towards the third man area, and nice start for him. Do you think looks like he's in good touch?
He is looking in good touch. And coming back to Delhi Capitals, the head that they have taken in the form of Kagiso Rabada not playing, and he's been scanned for some back issues, and that is sad for Delhi Capitals fans, because he was a premium bowler for them this time around, the IPL purple cap holder, and his performance was crucial. And Mayank Agarwal, well, he's timing ball quite well at the moment, and he has taken a single now. So Chris Gale is back on strike for the last delivery of the over.
Yes, Chris Gill is on strike as Kings and Punjab are 18 for 1 in 2.5 overs. Well, yes, big blow there for all the Delhi Capital fans that Kagiso Rabada has been ruled out of the remainder of the IPL. He has been struggling with back niggles, and the South African Cricket Board has called him back in terms of preserving him for the World Cup. So big blow there for Delhi Capitals, and if they want to make it to the finals, if they want to reach that podium finish, then they will definitely have to play out of their skins, and the middle order is what we think needs to stand up. Especially the openers have been performing well, but when it comes to Rishabh Pant, the likes of Rishabh Pant, Colin Ingram, a lot depends on these two, and they need to lead from the front and perform if they have to make it to the top of the table. While Sandeep Warrier runs to finish his third over, another single there for Chris Gale. 3 overs gone. Kings and Punjab are 19 for 1 with Chris Gale 12 from 9 deliveries. Mayank Agarwal on 5 from 2. The first wicket to depart was KL Rahul, who scored 2 runs from 7 deliveries, was caught by Chris Lynn on the bowling of Sandeep Warrier.
Now the over concludes, and with that we come back to our chit chat session. And some people are asking about PUBG, but PUBG is not what we play here. We are discussing cricket, and it will be better if you discuss cricket as well. Azad Singh is also with us, and he is doing his own personal agenda. Raja Rajput is with us, and he's saying he is disappointed with Rashid Khan's performance. He is going to struggle this World Cup. Hardik absolutely batted him well. He absolutely batted him in the last game, and in the last super over as well. On the very first ball, he picked him for a 6. So that is sad news for Rashid Khan and Afghanistan, that he is being picked time and around by players. Shane Watson picked him apart in the game against CSK. So that is not very good news for Afghanistan fans and Rashid Khan fans. Sachin Kumar is predicting a Punjab win. Well, for that to happen, these two need to have a partnership here. Chris Gale and Mayank Agarwal. Mayank Agarwal is a decent batsman, but he hasn't been able to play a big innings for Kings 11 Punjab. Kaustubh Gudekar is also with us, and he's predicting Kings 11 to win. And Rajan Bujathoki is also with us, and he's saying King of Punjab win, and I think he's denoting to Chris Gale to play a big innings here. And for Punjab fans, that'd be fantastic if Chris Gale plays well. Astute Saraiva is also with us, and he's asking Prithvi Shaw should be replaced by Manjot Kalra. Will disturb left hand right hand combo, but he can breathe fresh air for DC. Well, certainly, because Prithvi Shaw hasn't been performing up to the mark, and Manjot Kalra, well, he can be one who changes the fortunes for them right at the opening slot, because Prithvi Shaw has been struggling with form in this season's IPL.
Well, definitely there's another young talent in the form of Manjot Kalra, but then Prithvi Shaw, I remember the game against Kolkata Knight Riders where he played 99, a brilliant innings of 99, and saw his team through. Maybe it's rather than changing and chopping in the later half of the tournament, what is required is a private session, a one-on-one session with the batsman, as to tell him that your place is in the team, it's secured. All you need to do is find your form, stay there, get your groove set, and then maybe look to score. Because T20 is a format where you can have your days and then you can have your off days as well. Meanwhile, Sunil Narayan has been introduced into the attack. He's bowled 2 deliveries, and in the first delivery he conceded a single. The second delivery was to Mayank Agarwal, who just fended straight back to him. 3.2 overs been bowled, 20 for 1. Narayan has picked up 109. He's most capped player in the IPL in terms of KKR. He's picked more than 140 wickets as Mayank Agarwal takes a single there, gets Chris Gayle back on strike. The score is 21 for 1, Kings and Punjab in 3.3 overs. Well, Chandan Patel says KKR will win. Mohan Shah is also supporting KKR. And apart from this, Rajan Budhakoti says today is King of Punjab, win boss. Maybe he's supporting Universal boss Chris Gayle, who is at the moment batting to Sunil Narayan, and that was a good delivery from Sunil Narayan.
Sunil Narayan has certainly dominated Chris Gayle time and again. It is an interesting encounter between the two. In 22 innings, he has scored 128 runs against Sunil Narayan and has been dismissed on 5 separate occasions. He has not been faring well against his compatriot Sunil Narayan, and it will be interesting to see how he fares in this game, because his performance is quite crucial for Kings 11 Punjab's Kings 11 Punjab's prospect into this game. And Chris Gayle's strike certainly changes against spin drastically. When he's playing spin, he scores at a strike rate of around 71, and he plays against space, his strike rate changes completely to around 175. So positive news for KKR fans is that currently Sunil Narayan is bowling to him. Now it's another over done, and he gave away only 3 runs in that over. So fantastic on that occasion by Sunil Narayan.
Well, Astute Saraya there pointing out that, did you know that Narayan bowled a maiden over in the super over? Yes, in CPL he did that. We are aware of it because I closely follow Sunil Narayan's performance in CPL as well. In fact, he started opening in CPL. That's where it's all started. Narayan as a mystery bowler is something that everyone knew, but Narayan as a mystery batsman is what happened in CPL. He was promoted up the order by his team Trinbago Knight Riders, where he was asked to go out, freely hit the bowlers, and game after game he put in good efforts. That's when Gautam Gambhir realized that he can be used to do the same thing in the Indian Premier League, and he started to do the same. He has bowled a maiden over there, but then with Narayan, his actions over the years has been a lot of issue. A good thing for KKR is that he's gotten the better of Chris Gayle on a couple of occasions in the past, and as a KKR fan, KKR's perspective, they would be wanting that he could do the same thing. Venu Prasad is saying hi to us, and he's also supporting KKR. While Venu Prasad, there are a lot of people in the chit chat session who are supporting KKR, and even I am one of those who are supporting KKR. Meanwhile, what a shot that is! Oh, it's caught! Another big wicket for Kolkata Knight Riders. It seemed as it's going to be a 6, but then what a catch by Shubman Gill. Shubman Gill was trying to get rid of Chris Gayle with a run out before, which he missed. Then there was a catch that fell short, but this time this one's just in the hands of Shubman Gill. What a catch by Shubman Gill as Punjab loses another wicket. The big wicket of Universe boss is gone. Chris Gayle is out. All the listeners, for Punjab fans, big breaking news. Chris Gayle is gone for 14 from 14 deliveries as Punjab are 22 for 2.
Very well, he has gotten rid of Chris Gayle, and KKR fans are livid at the moment because they are now in the running to win this one from here. Kings and Punjab, their struggles against KKR continue, as this time around Chris Gayle is the victim. Earlier it was KL Rahul, and 2 wickets are down. 22 for 2 now for Punjab after 4.1 overs, and Vario, how well has he bowled for KKR? He has been fantastic for them, and he's the one who removes Chris Gayle from the centre.
Well, big wicket there for Sandeep Warrior. What a dream game it's turning out to be for him. Well, cheers for KKR, says Tenzing. Yes, indeed, as they have taken the 2 big fishes, both the openers who are performing very well for Kings and Punjab, KL Rahul and Chris Gayle, those scored more than 900 runs between the two in this IPL season, have been dismissed cheaply. Well, big break. What can I say? I'm just happy as a KKR fan that the Punjab middle order, which has struggled time and again, it will be a big test for them.
Well, they'll be exposed this time around against KKR, and Deepak is also with us. He is saying hi to Karthik sir. Well, Karthik sir isn't with us today, as I am Parthosh Joshi, and along with me is Sahil and Wali, who will be continuing the live updates for you for the match between Kings and Punjab and Knight Riders. To certainly denote the new listeners to our live feed. Punjab have lost both of their openers, KL Rahul and Chris Gayle. They are now at 22 for 2 after 4.2 overs. It was Warrior who was the pick of the bowlers, and he was the one who removed Chris Gayle as well. So fantastic start for KKR.
The first delivery that he got rid of KL Rahul was a slow delivery. The second one was a short length delivery, more of an off cutter, which Chris Gayle just tried to pull. He did get the middle of the bat, but the timing was there, but the placement was straight in front of the hands of Shubman Gill, who tried to get him out earlier but wasn't able to get him out this time. It was an easy catch. Home ground for Shubman Gill, so a lot of home support as well there for the Punjab lad. While Kings 11 Punjab, for Kings 11 Punjab's point of view, they really need both Nicholas Pooran, who's walked into the middle, along with Mayank Agarwal, to give them some steady foundation, as they don't have any David Miller today. In place of David Miller, they're playing Sam Curran, and in place of Mujibur Rahman, they are playing Andrew Tye. So the next to come in after this is only one regular batsman, who is Mandeep Singh. After that, they will have the all-rounders in the form of Sam Curran, Ravichandran Ashwin, and then the other bowlers. So big partnership here in terms of Punjab, for Punjab to get a decent score.
Well, they certainly want a big partnership here at the moment. Kings 11 Punjab, they are struggling right now, and consecutive dots by Warrior after initially picking the wicket of Chris Gayle on the very first ball. 3 consecutive dots, so it'll hurt Kings 11 Punjab, and they want a partnership here. Pooran, he has played 3 dots right from the start, and he is still to open his account. Mayank Agarwal, he played a brilliant shot for a boundary initially, but he has not been able to face many deliveries at the moment. And Kings 11 Punjab, for them the equation is that they want a partnership, and they want it quickly, because both of their openers have been removed from the centre. Pooran now unlocks and goes towards the mid-wicket region, gets a 4. So the first boundary for him as Warrior. His brilliant over is now done, and a 4 for Kings 11 Punjab, as well as the score moves on to 26.
This is by far the best performance by Kolkata Knight Rider bowlers, picking up a couple of wickets in the power play overs. This is the team that has struggled to pick wickets. The team has picked up the least number of wickets. So picking up 2 big wickets of KL Rahul and Chris Gayle means a lot. Sandeep Warrior, the one doing the damage, picking up both the wickets, as Nicholas Pooran and Mayank Agarwal are trying to rebuild this innings. Kings 11 Punjab are 26 for 2, 4.5 overs. Nicholas Pooran has fared well in the last couple of games, scoring good cameos of 40 plus, 34, 35 plus. So would be depending on both of these to stay there at least the 7th or at least the 12th or the 14th over, and give them some kind of platform so that Mandeep Singh and the bowling all-rounders can come in and smash and have a go. Mario D'Souza has joined us. Well, right now I am Sahil, with me is Paritosh. Wali is also in the comm box. He will be joining us soon, Mario. And Unnati Pandey says all the best, Russell. Well, Russell is playing his 300 T20 game, Paritosh.
Well, Russell is also playing a landmark game for KKR, and he'll certainly look to fire at the moment. And Mario D'Souza is saying good evening to us. Well, hello Mario, and welcome to our live session. He's an avid listener and quite often listens to us at Sports Flashes. Unnati is also with us, and she's saying all the best to Russell. Well, we hope that the wishes get to Russell in this match, and he scores big for KKR. Anish Kafle is also with us, and he's saying that Gale's wicket and Narayan's over has put pressure on KKR. Well, it is not on KKR, on Kings 11 Punjab. The pressure, because the wicket of Chris Gayle has certainly been massive in terms of where this game is headed at the moment. And Mario is also saying good evening to you as well, Sahil. And as things stand, KKR are certainly winning it from here, because we have seen time and again when the middle order is exposed for Kings 11 Punjab, they more often than not end up on the losing side.
Well, it's too soon to say that the KKR team is going to win from here, but definitely what needs to be highlighted is the fact that they've gotten out to a brilliant start. It's a dream start that the KKR team would have thought of, getting rid of both dangerous KL Rahul as well as Chris Gayle. Kings 11 Punjab right now are struggling with 30 for 2 in 5.1 overs. In terms of the runs, they're still going at a rate of 6, but what is important for them is that they need to form a partnership here. The middle order hasn't performed. Maybe today is the day for them where they prove a point and get the better of KKR bowling attack, because the KKR bowling attack has been the weakest in this tournament so far. Yes, Tenzing has joined us. He's saying dream start for KKR, but don't lose the grip. I feel I'm the boss, keep going KKR. Well, we are expecting that they should keep going the same way, and they would hopefully get rid of a couple of these important batsmen very quickly. Sachin Pawar has joined us. He's saying according to the performance of KKR from few matches is very good, but coming off Mohali Stadium, Punjab has played very well. Hope KKR wins today. Yes, Punjab have been very good at Mohali, winning at about 4 matches in the 5 games that they have played, whereas KKR have not been very good in terms of the travelling team. They've only won 2 games out of the 5 games that they've travelled. But so far so good as a KKR fan, and looks like tide would be changing as Pooran and Mayank are trying to rebuild this innings. They are at the moment 33 for 2 in 5.3 overs. Nicholas Pooran on 8 from 6, while Mayank Agarwal is at 9 from 6.
Well, now they need to steady the ship here for Kings 11 Punjab. Nicholas Pooran and Mayank Agarwal, and things look rocky at the moment for them. They have been fantastic in their home ground. Will they continue their run, or it'll be KKR who take away with the win? Another big attempt by Nicholas Pooran, but this time around the field would get onto it. A warrior on that matter, so that will result in a double. And it has been 3 doubles in this over and a single, so a decent over in terms of Kings 11 Punjab.
Yes, Harry Gurney gave away just 3 runs in his first over, and in the 4 deliveries that he has bowled, he's given away 7. Let me remind you, this is the last power play over, as Kings 11 Punjab are 35 with a loss of 2 wickets. Both these teams are placed 6th and 7th, and it's a must-win game for both of these. While if Punjab have to make it to the playoffs, they not only need to win both the games, they need to win it with a big margin, as their net run rate is inferior to as compared to KKR and Sunrisers Hyderabad. KKR's net run rate is plus 0.1, while Kings 11 Punjab's net run rate is minus 0.3. SRH, who is at 12 points from 13 games, their net run rate is plus 0.65. So a lot at stake in this game, and both the teams will be trying their best, as this one's hoiked down the ground. This is gonna be the first 6. Yes, it is the first 6 for Kings 11 Punjab. Coming from the Nicholas Pooran's bat, as he tries to counter attack and put pressure on KKR bowlers. Kings 11 Punjab are now 41 for 2 in 5.5 overs, and Harry Gurney is proving to be expensive with his slower ones.
Well, he's proving to be expensive this time around for KKR. Brilliant shot there on that occasion by Nicholas Pooran. He was trying to go for the mid-wicket boundary time and again, and this time he gets it completely right. 6 over every fielder and into the stands, as the score moves on to 41. And on the last delivery, a great delivery by Gurney as he tries to come back from that over. And a good over for Kings 11 Punjab ends. It's 41 as a loss of 2 wickets after 6 overs. The power play is done, and now, if you were KKR captain, who would you now bring into attack after the end of the power play?
Well, it's important that you keep chipping in with the wickets. You don't think in this frame of mind that I need to bowl till the 20th over. You've gotten rid of 2 big wickets. What you need to do is just go at their middle order, because it's not been that stable. So definitely think about taking wickets, and your best wicket takers are your spinners, even though they haven't performed exceptionally well this season. But you would definitely want to go to likes of Piyush Chawla as well as Sunil Narayan, who might get some purchase from this pitch. Piyush Chawla used to play for Kings 11 Punjab before coming to Kolkata Knight Riders, so he very much knows, he's very much aware about this pitch, so he would know what line and lengths to bowl and how much purchase he can get. So I would go to Piyush Chawla, but then with Dinesh Karthik it's difficult to say. My first pick would be Piyush Chawla or Sunil Narayan for the next over.
Well, Sahil has put down the pen here. He says that Piyush Chawla or Sunil Narayan should get the over after the power play. We'll have to wait and see who is being trusted by the KKR captain. And Sandeep Warrior has fared quite well for them in the 3 overs that he's bowled. He's gotten 2 wickets, 2 crucial wickets of KL Rahul and Chris Gayle, giving away just 22 runs at an economy of 7.33. So fantastic stats for Sandeep Warrior. And Harry Gurney, he was expensive in his last over, and in the 2 overs he's given away 16 runs and at an economy of 8. So decent start for KKR, but now Kings 11 Punjab try to claw their way back into the game as Nicholas Pooran and Mayank Agarwal continue their partnership. Andre Russell, out of everybody, has been brought into attack by Dinesh Karthik, and it's fantastic from Kings 11 Punjab's perspective, because they don't want pressure right now at their end. And Andre Russell, but you can't really say that pressure is not being applied by KKR, because Andre Russell is their number 1 bowler at the moment.
Yes, he is definitely the number 1 bowler in terms of the wickets that he has picked. He is the highest wicket taker with Sunil Narayan, joint highest wicket taker. They both have picked up 10 wickets this season. Russell has been bowled less because he has been struggling with injuries, while Narayan has been used more often than not. But when you see the reason behind he has been brought into this attack, this one's in the air. This is going to be a caught, or it's going to be a 6. It's a boundary. I think it's a boundary. Or is it 6? Yes, it's a 6. So another 6 there. Counter attack approach used by Nicholas Pooran, who moves on to 22 from 10 deliveries. Back-to-back 6s there. As I was referring to why he has brought Andre Russell is that KKR only have 4 frontline bowlers. They have to use Andre Russell's 4 overs as the 5th bowler. So Dinesh Karthik's thought maybe is that they want to get rid of those 4 overs. They're not thinking about taking wickets right now. They're thinking about maybe how to put a break to the Kings 11 Punjab scoring, and then maybe bring back Piyush Chawla from the other end. Well, let's see how or what happens, because Russell can also pick a wicket. This one's a slower delivery, which is beaten Pooran. But Pooran has got off a great start. 22 from 11, back-to-back 6s, counter-attack approach.
Well, he is certainly using the approach that offense is the best form of defense, and they want to conserve wickets for the later parts. Kings 11 Punjab, they don't have a strike hitter in their squad. They rely heavily on Chris Gayle and KL Rahul, and in this game they have lost both of them initially. And Nicholas Pooran tries to take the attack back onto KKR, and he tries to paddle that towards mid-wicket, but misses on that occasion, and the wicket-keeper Dinesh Karthik also misses. So another 4 coming for Kings 11 Punjab.
Well, that came from the bottom edge of the bat. He was trying to play a pull shot. It took the bottom edge and went towards the first slip area, towards the third man, eventually for a boundary. So clearly his intentions are clear that he's going to go after Kolkata Knight Riders bowlers, because they know that they need a big score on the board if they want to make it to the playoffs. A normal narrow win won't help it. They have to win by a big margin, and with both Chris Gayle and KL Rahul back in the hut, they would definitely be banking that for Punjab's sake that Pooran keeps striking in the same way that he has been. Pooran goes on to 26 from 12 deliveries, accompanied by Mayank, who's on 10 from 7. Russell, bowling his over, has conceded 11 runs and follows up with a wide delivery. So suddenly, where Punjab was struggling in the first 5 overs I would say, the pressure is now being mounted back on KKR, as Punjab are 53 for 2 in 6.4 overs, going at a rate of 8 runs.
Well, they are now going very steady. Partnership of 31 comes up for these two in just 16 deliveries. Nicholas Pooran is playing quite well at the moment for Kings 11 Punjab, as Andre Russell strides in to bowl his 5th ball of the over. Nicholas Pooran leaves it. Short delivery on that occasion by Andre Russell, and the score stays at 53 for 2.
53 for 2 is what Kings 11 Punjab are at the moment. The 2 wickets that have fallen is that of KL Rahul and Chris Gayle. Both their openers have been sent back to the pavilion, but since then Mayank Agarwal, who's been steady at 10 from 7, has been joined by Nicholas Pooran, who's been very aggressive. He's hit 2 4s and 2 6s for his 26 from 13 deliveries, going at a strike rate of 200 as he faces Russell's last delivery, which is a slower one, and is driven towards the straight down the ground for a single as Sandeep Warrior fields. 7 overs have been bowled. Punjab are 54 for 2, and definitely if you don't see Piyush Chawla in this over, Paritosh, I'm pretty sure I'll be very surprised. So from my point of view, it has to be Piyush Chawla in this over.
Well, Sahil is heavily relying on the services of Piyush Chawla at the moment to get them something out of this initial spell, because the attack is now on KKR after the initial wickets, and Nicholas Pooran has fared quite well for them initially. It's only a matter of time how far he goes in this match, and for Kings 11 Punjab's sake, they'll hope that these two continue to bat on for at least 5 to 6 overs to build on to something for Mandeep Singh and Sam Curran. Sam Curran has been out of touch lately with the bat, but for Kings 11 Punjab, they'll be hoping that he gets some runs under his belt. Vansh is also with us, and he's saying that he's back. Well, we all quite see that, as you have commented on our chat, and we are quite well. Vansh, at the moment, I'm Paritosh Joshi. Along with me is Sahil, Maggu and Wali Siddiqui in the chit-chat session for the match between Kings 11 Punjab and KKR. He's asking about Karthik, sir. Oh, he's not injured. Don't worry, he's just sick at the moment. He has having some cough and issues. And it's Piyush Chawla. You have got your wish. Sahil, and Piyush Chawla has been brought into attack and straight away hit for a massive upheave, and that'll be a massive 6 into the stands for Mandeep Singh, and now not for Nicholas Pooran as he moves on to 33. Sorry, my bad. It was Nicholas Pooran and not Mayank Agarwal and Mandeep Singh. Neither of them has Piyush Chawla. He is just having some memories flashback of the game against Mumbai. He was taken to the cleaners by Hardik Pandya on that occasion, and now Nicholas Pooran is taking the attack back. 87 meters, a massive 6 at that, and on every ground that was a 6.
Yes, that was a 6 on every ground. It was a wrong one from Piyush Chawla. Well read by Nicholas Pooran. Anything tossed up will go for the cleaners. That is what's going to happen if you bowl in his arc. A good start for Kings and Punjab in the form that Nicholas Pooran is striking more than a 210 strike rate, hitting sixes. He's already hit 3 sixes and 2 boundaries. His score moves on to 34 from 16. So after having lost both the openers in the form of Chris Gayle as well as KL Rahul, Nicholas Pooran has taken the responsibility to go against the Kolkata bowlers, and rightly so. They are not letting the other bowlers settle, as Chawla was struck for a 6 on the very first delivery. Mayank Agarwal is now going to face the delivery, as he just nudges that delivery, gives back the strike to Nicholas Pooran.
Nicholas Pooran is brought back into the strike. He is looking in a very good touch at the moment. 34 of 16 for him. Mayank Agarwal is on 11 of 8, and it's quite clear that Nicholas Pooran is playing the role of the aggressor, while Mayank Agarwal tries to be the sheet anchor at the moment. They need to have wickets for the later part of the innings, and it's Nicholas Pooran he's taking on the bowlers at the moment. He'll go for the boundary as well, and yes, he does for the cover region, and he'll get the boundary this time around. Yes, he will. Nitish Rana on that occasion tried to saving some runs for his team, but was not able to, as another 4 for Kings 11 Punjab. The score now is 66 for the loss of 2 wickets, and the stride of Nicholas Pooran continues.
Yes, if you see both the deliveries that have been hit for the boundaries, one for a 6, the other one for a 4, have been the wrong one from Piyush Chawla. He is a leg spin bowler, but because Nicholas Pooran is a left-handed batsman, he is bowling the wrong ones, which come as an off spinner. So it's easy for him. He's getting the middle of the bat. What Piyush Chawla is trying, that he mistimes one, edges one, and he gets a wicket. However, another misfield there from Kolkata, something that we've seen throughout the season. They have struggled to be in the top because of their fielding. They haven't performed as well as they would have expected. As we see between overs, there's a lot going on between the players. There is some aggressive comments being shared by Sunil Narayan, Dinesh Karthik and Andy Russell. So all is definitely not well amongst the team, as we've already seen that Andy Russell went and expressed his views in the press conference. Dinesh Karthik, do you think he follows his gut instinct too much and that doesn't go well with the other players?
Well, we can't certainly know that, but something is not all right in the camp of KKR, that we can surely see. And as we speak, the strategic timeout is taken, and the score by the end of 8 overs is 68 for the loss of 2 wickets. Mayank Agarwal and Nicholas Pooran are batting for KKR, for Kings and Punjab, and at the moment they are looking quite strong. We'll see on the other side. We'll take a short break as well. Stay tuned to Sports Flashes.
You are listening to Sports Flashes live.
Dhoni finishes off in style. A magnificent strike into the crowd. India lift the World Cup. Pulls it back. Here's Ronaldo for the hat-trick. And Cristiano Ronaldo does it again.
Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. You are tuned into Sports Flashes Radio.
And what a performance by the number 3 seed, Saina Nehwal, who tomorrow will contest a third All-England semi-final.
Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
This is Sports Flashes live.
Mika Häkkinen, the flying Finn from Helsinki, is on his last lap. Looking magnificently good for his 20th World Championship win.
Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
You are listening to Sports Flashes live. Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. This is Sports Flashes live. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. Sports Flashes, everything about sports. You are tuned into Sports Flashes Radio. Sports Flashes Radio. World's biggest sports radio channel. Sports Flashes, the official broadcast partner of BCCI. Sports Flashes, everything about sports.
Welcome back to Sports Flashes. You are listening to me. I am Sahil Magoo, and now with me is a change in the chit chat session. There is Wali Siddiqui as Paritosh has taken a break. Welcome to the game, Paritosh. Paritosh has left, sorry. Welcome to the game, Wali, as Kings England Punjab are 69 for 2 in 8.1 overs. During the mid-session, we saw an animated Sunil Narayan. You generally don't see him so angry, so there's something definitely not going well between the foreign overseas player and Dinesh Karthik there.
Well, these are not good signs for KKR. In fact, these are not good signs for the IPL because there should be no sorts of arguments, no sense of argument over there in the camp when you are willing to win a tournament such as the IPL, when you are going out to challenge the best of teams out there. So this is something which has been a problem for Kolkata Knight Riders, and I guess that is one of the reasons why their campaign turned out to derail in the middle of the tournament when they had won 4 games out of 4. So you can see the team meeting, Dinesh Karthik finally giving a he's pretty upset over there, and he's actually giving his mouthful over there. This is a proper hairdryer treatment by Dinesh Karthik, giving his troops a kick to their backside over here, and he's pretty serious about it, and this is actually a good sight to see. And the first one to walk away was Andre Russell from that conversation.
Well, I don't know what's happening with the team. I mean, there's definitely someone needs to just, I don't know what to say. All I can think about is the fact that when you have people like Jack Callis in the camp, when you have your head coach as Simon, so why is that they come and talk to the players and tell them what is to be done? Well, there's definitely unrest between Andre Russell and Dinesh Karthik. We've seen that's something that we've seen in the previous games. There have been players who've been lashing out each other on press conferences, and now as the game is progressing, you can see there are 2 different camps. One camp is Dinesh Karthik, who I don't know who else is in his camp, and the other camp is Andre Russell.
I was about to get to that.
Yeah, I don't know who's supporting Dinesh Karthik, apart from I know few players, Indian players, maybe Prasidh Krishna, Sandeep Warrior, who rely on him for chances to play in the game. And the other camp is an overseas camp where you have Chris Lynn, you have Andre Russell, you have Sunil Narayan, and all of those are animated. You never see Sunil Narayan animated so aggressive and angry chasing the ball. And in the break, there was an animated Dinesh Karthik. So there are a lot of words being exchanged. The team is in a disarray right now.
Well, it's pretty obvious with Andre Russell turning out to be the most valuable player of this season's IPL, has been smashing 4s and 6s, has been winning games for the Kolkata Knight Riders. You often think that you're on top of the world because it was because of Andre Russell that Kolkata Knight Riders were in a position when they were on top of the table. So when that comes in, and in spite of that, when the captain doesn't agree with your sentiments at some point, it might lead to quite a problem. And also, talking about Sunil Narayan, he's been a match winner for Kolkata Knight Riders as well. Before Andre Russell, it was Sunil Narayan who was winning games for KKR left, right and centre through his bowling, then with his batting. So the West Indian department, apart from Andre Russell, Sunil Narayan, let's not forget even Carlos Brathwaite is over there, another veteran in the West Indies team. So I'm pretty sure that these 3 West Indies players have made a pact of their own, and Chris Lynn also I think is in that department because I've heard that they were partying in horse cars according to you.
Yeah, well, those were unconfirmed reports. I won't reveal my sources, but it's always like that, overseas players get along easily as compared to the Indian contingent, and the Indian contingent seems to be not in sync with Dinesh Karthik this time around, even if you see Robin Uthappa and others. Meanwhile, that's a straight down the ground 4 from Mayank Agarwal, as it was full over pitch delivery from Piyush Chawla. That means straight as an arrow, and Mayank Agarwal is now turning up the heat as Preeti Zinta can finally smile. 77 for 2 in 9.2 overs. Kings and Punjab seem to be going at a rate of more than 8 runs per over, but something is not right in the KKR camp. The team, the players, the bowlers, they're all arguing on the field, so this is not a good sight for cricket.
And you can see the way that Dinesh Karthik, we saw that Sunil Narayan was animated, but if Sunil Narayan was animated, talk about Dinesh Karthik being animated on the other end, because he was absolutely upset over there, and he's also one of those characters who rarely gets angry on the field as Dinesh Karthik. So it's pretty obvious that he wanted to get something off of his chest, and he's finally getting it off. And I feel quite sorry for Dinesh Karthik as well, because he's a lovely player. He's a lovely player for Team India as well. He's a lovely player for Kolkata Knight Riders as well. And it's just that he's been a target of he's just been scapegoated most of the time, if I feel, because I think that might come into contention, that Andre Russell, Sunil Narayan, other people might be thinking that we've played more number of international matches, we've been match winners for our team, for our nation, and how can he turn out to be the captain? That can also be one of the criterias.
Well, as you speak, there's another 6 from Nicholas Pooran. Short delivery from Piyush Chawla. That's been pulled towards the mid-wicket area for another big 6. With that, Pooran moves on to 48 from 24, striking at a rate of 200. And pensive Karthik looks on as Kings and Punjab are 84 for 2 in 9.5 overs. Yes, Wali, coming back to what's happening in the KKR camp, Dinesh Karthik and other players, I don't think he's being used as a scapegoat. What I feel as a KKR fan, as a KKR observant, the thing is that his captaincy is something that he needs to work on. He's a very good player.
I just want to interrupt in the middle. Don't you think, because Andre Russell and Sunil Narayan have been there for KKR for more than 3 to 4 years, and Gautam Gambhir was their captain, I'm pretty sure those 3 players had an idea that if one day Gautam Gambhir decides to walk away from KKR, then it might be us who will be the main man to lead Kolkata Knight Riders. So I think that might be one of the reasons.
Well, there are a lot of reasons, and there can be a lot of speculations when we go into the details. But what I feel is Dinesh Karthik, even when he was captain for the Delhi team, your favorite team, he is not a leader. As a leader, he hasn't stepped up. Even his win percentage was less than 50 for Delhi Capitals. And when you come to Kolkata Knight Riders, you need to understand that it's a big franchisee. There are a lot of people supporting this franchisee, a lot of emotions. With Kolkata, we have seen the ups, we have seen the downs. And what is involved here is like, it doesn't matter where you stand, but the efforts really matter for the fans. And what happens with Dinesh Karthik, what I feel personally, is that he follows his gut instinct.
Right.
And his gut instinct helped him in the last season when KKR finished off 3rd. So there were a lot of speculations then also as Dinesh Karthik being appointed the captain, but all well and ends well when as KKR finished 3rd. This season, however, what has happened that he has good qualities that he backs his players. But when it is not working for you, the other important quality is that you need to have and understand that positive criticism that's coming from the other players. That's where he needs to improve. That's where he lacks, because what he does is he then just continues with his gut instinct while other members in the team keep insisting that let's do this. He's not open to those ideas, so he becomes rigid there. That's what you see on the outside. And now they've introduced Nitish Rana, so again a move that I don't know what to explain about this move.
It's 84 for 2 in 10 overs. Mayank Agarwal is on 19 of 14. Nicholas Pooran is on 48 of 25 deliveries. And Tenzing Sugrab, welcome back to Sports Flashes Cricket Lounge. This is Wali Siddiqui and Sahil Maggu. Vansh is saying that today he is very angry to see that there is no live broadcast of the England versus Ireland as they write off cricket in Ireland, whereas there is broadcasting of Royals one day cup. But we'll get back to that also, Vansh, because another 6 this time by Mayank Agarwal. So what if KL Rahul and Chris Gayle are dismissed? These two are definitely turning out the music for Kings 11 Punjab, and you could see what it faces in the KKR camp as it was a brilliant shot by Mayank Agarwal straight down the ground. His favourite shot at 80 meters 6. The score now moves on to 90 for the loss of 2 wickets in 10.2 overs, and KKR are in desperate need of a wicket right now.
Well, Well, it's disappointing times for KKR because the start that they got both the wickets, big wickets of KL Rahul and Chris Gayle cheaply. But after that, it has just been a Kings 11 Punjab show as Nicholas Pooran has scored at a rate of 200 plus with 48 to his name from 25 deliveries. And Mayank Agarwal is now also pressing on the gas as he's moved on to 26 from 17 deliveries. A lot of disarray in the KKR camp, something that we have been mentioning in the last 5 to 10 minutes. What has happened is that there is an animated Sunil Narayan who's shared a few words, who has not minced words. Generally you see a very calm, composed Sunil Narayan walking away, but he was not mincing his words, so something is there that's not right. Andre Russell has already expressed himself. He's also animated, he's also furious. And then in the timeout we could just see Dinesh Karthik shouting at the top of his voice, giving directions to this team, but the team members were not interested. They were all looking here and there.
Well, I think if such team members don't listen to you, the captain has to put his foot down, and if he wants to send a message, then it's quite right from his regard to give those players a warning sign and say that you might be playing the IPL this season for my team, but next season you might not be here. So just be careful. You might be the star player of the Kolkata Knight Riders, but with this kind of attitude, you will be a total villain in the other side as well. So I just hope everything is all right between all the players. And let me tell you, Dinesh Karthik doesn't seem like that guy, that kind of a guy who would literally interfere in the middle of a conversation. But a big wicket this time against the run of play for the Kolkata Knight Riders, just when Nicholas Pooran was turning out to be dangerous for the Kings 11 Punjab. He just plays one pull shot towards the mid-wicket region, and a catch taken by Sandeep Warrior. Nitish Rana now taking a wicket over here on his very first over. What do you have to say about Dinesh Karthik's move right now?
Well, again, as I said a few minutes ago, he is a person who backs his gut instinct. When it works, when it comes off good enough, because it's all positive memories. But then had he conceded 20 to 30 runs in this over, then it would have again come and beaten Dinesh Karthik in all places that he wouldn't have been able to answer. A big break there for Kolkata Knight Riders as they get rid of a dangerous Nicholas Pooran, who scored 48 from 27 deliveries as Mumbai, I don't know why I said Mumbai, Kings 11 Punjab are now 91 for 3. A lot going on there, a lot of discussion that I'll have with Wali, and all those who have tuned in to our chit chat session, they can also point as to what they feel about what we're discussing from now on. Dinesh Karthik as a captain, do you see him getting another stint in the next year's IPL?
I honestly do feel that he will be the captain of the Kolkata Knight Riders next season as well, especially if his team manages to be in the playoffs once again, because he's done it once before, and people were slacking him off, saying that Kolkata Knight Riders will not be the same without Gautam Gambhir, and they were also saying that Delhi Daredevils back then would actually make their way into the playoffs now that Gautam Gambhir was there. But it turned out to be the other way around. Dinesh Karthik guided his team towards the playoffs, and he's on course once again. If he wins over here, he just has to win another game against the Mumbai Indians at the Wankhede, and that might turn out to be quite possible for KKR. So yes, if he does make it to the playoffs, then I feel that he has to be the captain. He has to remain the captain, and even if he doesn't, I think he's done a decent job. Who else do you see leading the KKR team? We'll get back to that as well, but before that we'll just tell them the score. It's 92 for 3 after 11 overs. The last man to depart was Nicholas Pooran for 48. 92 for 3. Tahir Raza is here with us, predicting that 180 plus is what Kings 11 Punjab will go for. Tipto is here with us, Subhash Waman, Mohammad Kamran, Vijay Gurang, Raju Bharman. Tenzing was pretty angry with the way Kolkata Knight Riders were bowling in the middle. Anish Kafle saying that bring Sunil Narayan for Pooran. Well, there's no need for Sunil Narayan anymore now that Pooran's back. And Vansh, as usual, angry with something or the other. But it's 92 for 3 in 11 overs. And if Dinesh Karthik does walk away, then who do you think might be able to captain the KKR team?
Well, I don't know if he walks away or not. Meanwhile, Piyush Chawla has been introduced into the attack as Mandeep Singh drives on down the ground for another single, gets Mayank Agarwal on strike, who's playing at 26 from 17. Well, Dinesh Karthik, I'm not of the opinion that he should be sacked as a captain. I'm just of the opinion that Dinesh Karthik as a captain needs to listen to his team members. He needs to not just follow his gut instinct. It's very courageous of him that he backs his players. That's something that's appreciable about a captain. Gautam Gambhir used to do that. So this is something like a positive direction that he backs his bowlers. But then what needs to be heard at the same time addressed is that his overseas players who have been contributing the most, who who have been consistent the most, especially Andre Russell, are not satisfied, are not happy under his captaincy. So, as a management, how do you address this? Because you cannot afford to lose Andre Russell. He is your match winner. He is the one who won you 4 games out of 5 matches. Meanwhile, that's been driven down the ground by Mayank Agarwal. That will be an easy couple as Andre Russell does the roundup, throws the ball back to Piyush Chawla. Yes. So how do you solve an issue where as a team management, you understand and you know that your captain and your match winners are not in sync? Both of them are maybe having an ego issue, or they're not satisfied, or they're just debating about things. So what do you do to resolve it?
Well, it's quite simple. I think if the captain isn't making a mark over there, I think the team mentor has to do something over there, has to step in. Jack Callis, Simon Catis, they have to step in and they have to make a clear decision that Dinesh, these guys are not listening to you, so I think it's better that you step away. You are a valuable player, so you play as a player, and we'll just make a democratic system over there. We'll vote who the next captain might be. That's one option. Or they could either say that if you guys do not listen to Dinesh over here, he's your captain, then it's curtains for you. You will not play the remaining of the games, and we can't see a future for KKR. We can't see a future for you in the KKR team. So they have to step in over here. They need a counseling session. They need to gather in one room and function as one team. Meanwhile, it's 99 for 3 in 11.5 overs, just one run away from 100. Our Kings 11 Punjab as Piyush Chawla rolls one in and just dabs it away towards the mid-wicket region. Mid-wicket region does Mayank Agarwal. The score is 100 and bunch. Yes, there are all sorts of cricket games happening. It's a popular sport, so not many people might be able to broadcast each and every game, so you have to understand that as well. Aisha Chauhan is here, Sanchi Pawar, Shamma Pandey and Sanchi Pawar once again. So 100 for 3. So I think that's what should be done if I were the mentor of KKR.
Well, lot is at stake for both the teams. As we've been repeating, it's a virtual eliminator. Both Kings 11 Punjab and Kolkata Knight Riders have to win this game if they want to keep their hopes alive in the playoff contentions. At the same time, if Kings 11 Punjab need to make it to the top 4, not only they have to win by a comprehensive margin, so that their net run rate, which is inferior to Kolkata Knight Riders and much lower than that of Sunrisers Hyderabad, is at least matched or at par. 100 for 3 in 12 overs. Kolkata Knight Riders have somewhat stopped the heavy run flow as Nicholas Pooran was the last man to be dismissed. Nicholas Pooran, what an amazing innings from him. He came as a fresh breather for the Punjab side after both the openers Chris Gayle and KL Rahul were dismissed. Rahul just scoring 2 runs today from 7 deliveries, while Chris Gayle scored 14 from 14. Nicholas Pooran managed to score 48 from 27 with 3 boundaries and 4 sixes. At the moment at crease are Mayank Agarwal, who's at 32 from 21 with 2 boundaries, 1 6, and Mandeep Singh, who's just walked in and he's 3 on 3. Sandeep Warrior has been brought into the attack for his final over. He was the one who dismissed both KL Rahul and Chris Gayle, and from KKR's point of view, they would want him to end up with another wicket at least.
A brilliant spell by Sandeep Warrior. He's bowled 3 overs, conceded 23 runs and taken 2 wickets, that too of the informed KL Rahul and Chris Gayle. Well bowled by the uncapped Indian player over here. Still has 5 deliveries remaining for in order to end his 4-over quota over here. And if you talk about the other bowlers, Harry Gurney has 2 overs, Sunil Narayan has 2 overs as well, Andre Russell has 3 overs, Piyush Chawla has another over left, while Nitesh Rana just bowled the 1 over. So it's quite obvious that Sunil Narayan and Harry Gurney will be used to conclude the innings for Kolkata Knight Riders. Meanwhile, a short delivery banged in by Warrior, pulled away by Mandeep Singh as he takes a single over here to give Mayank Agarwal the strike, and he's playing quite wonderfully. Is Mayank Agarwal 33 of 22 balls, and he's a real treat to watch. And he just depends on the coaching manual with the kind of shots that he plays. He loves playing down the ground, and that just signifies how special of a player is Mayank Agarwal. 33 of 22, 2 boundaries, 1 6 under his belt. 102 for 3 is the score in 12.2 overs.
Well, in terms of how the game has gone so far, Kings in Punjab, despite losing 3 wickets, despite losing 3 of their major hitters, they are going at a decent rate. 102, 103 now for 3 in 12.3 overs, more than 8 runs per over. And if they keep going this, they will get around the par score, which is about 160, 165, 170 as well, if they can get few cameos in from Sam Curran and Avichandran Ashwin. Meanwhile, a poll has been raised as to which of the 2 teams is more likely to make to the playoffs, and 72% are backing the Kolkata Knight Riders, the players in purple and gold. Nitish Rana, you asked me as to why has he brought into the attack. That angry face from Andre Russell shows that they want to fill the over for the 5th quota bowler, and Andre Russell has been expensive, so let's just use Nitish Rana.
I think that was the reason why Nitish Rana has been used, but he paid huge dividends over there. Meanwhile, a good shot by Mandeep Singh, just late cuts it this time around and gets an important boundary for the Kings 11 Punjab. 107 for 3. And now it's down to these two to add on the runs for Kings 11 Punjab, and Hanif Islam is here with us as well. Sanchi Pawar asking us that if Kings 11 Punjab lose today, then are they out of the playoffs? Well, Sanchi, whoever loses today is out of the playoffs, so it's a must-win game for both the teams, and whoever loses are totally out of the tournament. So it's a 107 for 3 in 12.4 overs. In fact, they still could have a chance if Hyderabad lose the next game, but it's quite unlikely because they have they have the best net run rate to Sunrise Hyderabad, and Kings 11 and KKR will have to win unanimously in the next game if that is to happen.
Well, it's just a virtual eliminator. Let me just put it straight away. If any of the two teams end up losing today, their hopes to play in the playoffs are done and dusted. They are out from the tournament. Even if they go and win this game, they're still not assured of a berth because they'll need to win their other game as well, and at the same time do it at with a better net run rate as compared to that of Sunrisers Hyderabad. So a lot to be played in this game, a lot to be done by both the teams, as Kings 11 Punjab at the moment are 108 for 3 in 12.5 overs. Mayank Agarwal, the main batsman who's at the crease at the moment, is on 34 from 23, and he's been joined by Mandeep Singh, who's on 9 from 6 deliveries. So even if they end up, while Sandeep Warrior has finished his quota of 4 overs, giving away just 31 runs and picking up 2 big wickets of KL Rahul and Chris Gayle. A good start given to Kolkata Knight Riders by him, but then Nicholas Pooran balanced it out with his innings of 48 from 27 deliveries. So it's still even Stevens when we compare as to how the proceedings are right now. But if you see like as to what the total score would be from Punjab's point of view, would be at least a minimum 170, Wali?
Well, absolutely, and if they want to win this game, then they will have to restrict Kolkata Knight Riders to 130, 125, 140 max. Otherwise, if they win by 10 or 7 runs, then that won't do them good in the net run rate. So they have to win it in a high and handsome manner to Kings 11 Punjab. After 13 overs, the score is 109 for 3. Mayank Agarwal is batting on 35 of 24 deliveries, while Mandeep Singh is on 9 of 6 deliveries. Hanif Islam is here with us. Mohan Hegde, we've got your message. Thank you for that. Takveer Hussain and Hanif Islam. Mahesh Kumar is asking for a wicket. He's clearly supporting Kolkata Knight Riders. A wide fan base for the Kolkata Knight Riders. Kings 11 Punjab supporters, please do show your support as well on the comments section. It's 109 for 3. So who do you think the next bowler will be for KKR now? That
well, it's Sunil Narayan. He's already on the screen, so I didn't have to predict for that one. But yes, Sunil Narayan, he's been the pick of the bowlers for Kolkata franchisee. He was the most valuable player in 2012 when he joined the KKR franchisee. In 2018, he was also the most valuable player, but for his all-round prowess, especially with his batting talent that was unearthed by Gautam Gambhir, he put it to great use. Right now, both the Caribbean players, Andre Russell and Sunil Narayan, are clearly miffed with Dinesh Karthik. Dinesh Karthik, this is something that's been going on from last 3-4 games. In the last game also, when Andre Russell was batting, he just plainly refused to give Dinesh Karthik the stride. Now, the other person who's on the non-strikers is your captain, and that's how you're behaving with your captain. So, there are a lot of things going on amidst the Kolkata camp, but till the time they don't sort this out, it's going to impact. Meanwhile, that's a quick double run. Is that out? Well, we'll have to see. Sunil Narayan has fumbled that one. He's missed a clear run out.
I think his hand hit the stumps over there. He didn't have the ball in his palm, so I think the batsman might survive over there. Was it Mayank Agarwal? Yes, that was Mayank Agarwal, and had he collected the ball, then that would have been another big wicket for Kolkata Knight Riders. So it is a referral. It is a third. The decision will be for the third umpire, and yeah, in fact, he's gone. I think. Has the ball hit the wicket? I think he's gone. Is he?
Well, it's a very, very close call. I mean, I can't say because his palm is also dislodging the bails. If you see the frame by frame, the ball is hitting, and so is Sunil Narayan's palm. So if this goes, Kolkata says, oh, it's hit the bails as well. So it has been dislodged by this is a tough one. It's hard to say. The ball has completely dislodged the bails, but what has happened is Sunil Narayan's palms have also been connected. But given how it is,
there was contact.
There was contact, yes. So there is contact with the ball, so it should be out.
It should be out.
But you never know with cricket as to what happens. You will only get to know after a couple of seconds. If this is a wicket, it will be a big blow. Yes, it is a big blow for Kings 11 Punjab as Kolkata Knight Riders have successfully ran Mayank Agarwal out. What fielding there by Rinku Singh. Sunil Narayan completely made a mess of it. Somehow it's out. But look at that 21-year-old lad from UP. Rinku Singh, you beauty. Well, that rhymed.
the perfect throw you could see just on top of the bails, and that's what made it comfortable for Sunil Narayan. Even though he wasn't able to collect it, he was able to deflect it to the stumps. A bit of MS Dhoni there, unintentionally by Sunil Narayan. It's 111 for 4, and after a brilliant revival by Nicholas Puran and Mayank Agarwal, Kings 11 Punjab are back to square one because they've lost 2 wickets in 2 overs. It's 111 for 4. Mandeep Singh will now be accompanied by either Sam Curran or Ravichandran Ashwin, but once again Kings 11 Punjab have a mountain to climb. Mohan Hegde is here with us,
and he seems to be in love with you, Wali.
I think he's talking about you Sahil, because you've been here for quite a while. Unnati Pandey is supporting Kolkata.
Well, before we get into that controversial debate, we all love you here, and we are happy that you guys have tuned in and have been supporting us throughout. Keep tuned in to Sports Flashes for all the remaining games as well as the World Cup, as this one's chipped in the air by Mandeep Singh. Maybe they're not going to take a double again, as Sam Curran. Sandeep Curran will be a nice Punjabi name, but Sam Curran has joined after a brilliant run out by Rinku Singh and Sunil Narayan. Sunil Narayan had fumbled that one. He hasn't been best of the fielders, but then the throw, the accuracy, that's what resulted in Mayank Agarwal's wicket.
That's what they teach you in cricket coaching, that if you are a fielder fielding from the deep mid wicket, do make sure that you give it on the bounce, on one perfect bounce in front of his palms, and it shouldn't be like a half volley for the guy who's collecting the ball. It shouldn't be a full toss in the hands. It shouldn't go directly in the hands, because it's quite difficult for some of the people to collect it, and it's perfect that you give it on the bounce. The ball will go on to you quickly, and it will result to a run out. So perfect example there set by Rinku Singh. It's 113 for 4. 13.5 overs have been bowled. Sam Curran now needs to prove a point to Ravichandran Ashwin as well. I think if he was in the IPL for 5 or 6 years, I think he would have done the same thing what Andre Russell is doing right now, because the treatment that he's getting in Kings 11 Punjab is just not justice for him.
Well, absolutely, yes. That's a very valid point made by you there. Sam Curran, Chris Gale wasn't playing for one game, so he was used as an opener. He's pretty much like a valuable all-rounder, just like Sunil Narayan. We'll get back to that because at the moment they have taken a timeout. We'll also take a quick short break. Please tell us your names. We'll tell us our names. I am Sahil Magoo, and with me is Wali Siddiqui. We'll join you back in a short break, after a short break, as the second timeout has been taken. Stay tuned to Sports Flashes.
You are listening to Sports Flashes Live.
Dhoni finishes off in style. A magnificent strike into the crowd. India lift the World Cup. Pulls it back. Here's Ronaldo for the hat-trick. And Cristiano Ronaldo does it again.
Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. You are tuned into Sports Flashes Radio.
And what a performance by the number 3 seed, Saina Nehwal, who tomorrow will contest a third All-England semi-final.
Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
This is Sports Flashes Live.
Mika Hakkinen, the flying Finn from Helsinki, is on his last lap. Looking magnificently good for his 20th World Championship win.
Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
You are listening to Sports Flashes Live. Download Sports Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. This is Sports Flashes live. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. Sports Flashes, everything about sports. You are tuned into Sports Flashes Radio. Sports Flashes Radio, world's biggest sports radio channel. Sports Flashes, the official broadcast partner of BCCI. Sports Flashes, everything about sports.
Welcome back to Sports Flashes as the second strategic timeout has been taken. Kings and Punjab are 116 for 4 in 14.1 overs, and Piyush Chawla has been introduced into the attack for his fourth over. He's been expensive so far, giving away 34 runs, and with me there's a change. Wali Siddiqui has taken a break, and joining me back is Paritosh Joshi. Paritosh, welcome back as Punjab are 116 for 4. What do you think is a good score for them?
They should target at least 170 at the moment. They have certain players who can hurt KKR. KKR's bowling prospect, because KKR, although they have performed decently in this game, but when put pressure on, they certainly leak runs, and that's what Kings and Punjab must be hoping for. They had an in-form Nicholas Pooran who was scoring well, but as soon as I left the box, he certainly left the centre of the pitch, and he was back in the hut, close to his 50, but not close enough. 48 was the score at which he was removed, and that was positive news for KKR fans. And now the latest dismissal is of Mayank Agarwal, who was also set on crease, but the misfortune for Kings and Punjab is that he is also back into the hut. So two new batsmen in. Mandeep Singh is now batting for Punjab. He's batting at 14, and Sam Curran along with him, who's at 2 for 2. Run a ball for him. And at the moment they need a partnership here, Kings and Punjab. Would they get it from these two, or they would be the inclusion of their captain Ravichandran Ashwin into the mix? We'll have to wait and see. It's now 14.4 overs, and it's 118 for the loss of 4 wickets.
Well, the platform is certainly set for Kings and Punjab. Even if they lost 4 quick wickets, they are 118 for 4 in 14.4 overs. They would be expecting that in the last 5 overs they get about 45 to 50 runs, as Kolkata Knight Riders have been the most expensive team in terms of leaking runs in the last 5 overs, and they would want to target all the bowlers. Meanwhile, that's been played straight as an arrow again, and that's going to be a 6. Yes, a 6 from Mandeep Singh, as Piyush Chawla continues to be expensive, giving away 42 runs in 3.5 overs. A bad day in the office for Piyush Chawla.
A bad day in the office for Piyush Chawla, but when it has not been in this season's IPL, he has been pretty expensive for KKR. And against Mumbai Indians, he was taken to the cleaners by Hardik Pandya, and he's not even looking at the ball at the moment. He just knows as soon as it touched the bat of Mandeep Singh that it was going all across for a 6, a single to end the over, and his misery just comes to an end for Piyush Chawla. 43 he considered in 4 over quota of his, as now the score for Punjab is 125 for the loss of 4 wickets after 15 overs. So 5 more overs remain. They should target at least 170 at this pitch, because we know Mohali is a good batting pitch, and with the second innings they'll also be due on the plot for them, and KKR certainly have the batsmen to rip this bowling side apart on Mohali pitch.
Well, definitely 170 is the power score that Punjab would be targeting. Even if they lost early wickets, they got a good foundation from Nicholas Pooran, who scored at a rate of 200 plus. He ended up contributing 48 from 27 deliveries, scored 3 fours and 4 sixes at 177. It eventually got slower, but then he was going at a time it was 48 from 24. Was just 200 plus. Again, good contributions from Mayank Agarwal, as he made 36 from 26, and now Mandeep Singh is the one on whom the onus would be to get Punjab to a good score. He is at 21 from 12 deliveries with 1 4 and 6, and is batting along with Sam Curran. Meanwhile, change in bowling attack. Andre Russell has been introduced as Kings and Punjab after 15 overs, 125 for 4. Before you joined us, Paritosh, we were discussing a lot of things about the KKR camp. Wali and I were talking as to how there's evident tussles going on between Andre Russell, Dinesh Karthik and the foreign overseas. So what do you think is actually happening, and how do you tackle it as a management, because it's a very crucial point in this game and it's a must-win game for both the teams?
Well, certainly some overseas player don't respect Dinesh Karthik as such, because he has not been a seasoned international, and that is the case. We have to speak the truth, and that is the reason why I think there's discomfort among our overseas players to play under the captaincy of Dinesh Karthik. He has fared well for them in the previous season, and for Russell's case, we will have to say that he has been putting in performances day in and day out, and KKR weren't able to get away with the results. Certain bad luck in the bowling department there. Fast bowlers were not being able to take part in the IPL. Nagarkoti in the previous edition, along with Mitchell Stark, and this time around Shivam Mavi and Nagarkoti both got injured, and that is sad news for KKR, because they weren't able to capitalize on their resources, and that has led to them losing the plot when they bowl in this season's IPL. Andre Russell has fared very well for them with the bat, with the ball, and on the field as well. So his discomfort is that even when he's performing, the team is not getting away with the wins. But for the moment, they are under some momentum, and they'd like to carry it on to the playoffs. We'll have to wait and see whether they get away with the win here. They started off brilliantly. They have gotten the essential wickets at decent intervals. But will they be able to close this batting side down to around 160? Then they'll be good in the game. And if this goes above 170, then there'll be some troubles, because if in that case Chris Gale and KL Rahul would have played, that would have been certainly game changed for the side.
Well, this is something that has happened again and again, that Dinesh Karthik, after every ball has been bowled, runs down to the bowler and talks. Well, Andre Russell, whenever he's done that to Andre Russell has just said, "I've heard enough from you, just go back."
Well, Andre Russell is not currently entertaining that, and the only thing with Andre Russell is that he's been performing very good. If the player was someone else, that could have been very different, the equation, because you are rebelling against your captain, and a captain who is being trusted by the management, so you need to play your part and not get into interfere into the matters of a captain. But as we see, Russell is being taken to the cover boundary by Sam Curran for a 4, and 132 up on board for Kings 11 Punjab.
Well, that was a full delivery on the outside off stump by Andre Russell. That's been driven away for a boundary by Sam Curran. Probably this is something that Dinesh Karthik has been talking and telling, that you should do this, you should focus on that. Something that is, it works as wonders for some of the players, but for others, especially overseas players, it might prove to be annoying. And Andre Russell, we know that you don't want to mess with that guy, even when you're bowling or when you're talking. And the good follow-up Yorker from Russell there after being drinking for a 4. He's conceded 20 runs in his 1.5 overs, as Punjab are 132 for 4. 15.5 overs have been bowled. Well, I mean, it's difficult to say that Dinesh Karthik, whether it's a good point or a move from Dinesh Karthik's point of view to walk down. I know it's in the interest of the team, but is it worth it to go to someone like Andre Russell, who's already, there is a lot of discomfort between the two, and have that chit chat? Well, you're trying to gel the team together, but it's not working at the moment.
It doesn't work every time, and for every player, you have to be a great manager. And that is the reason behind being a great captain. You have to be a great manager first. You have to understand that every player has different needs, and you can't deal with every player the same way. Now, as things stand for KKR, it's now 16 overs done, and the total for Kings 11 Punjab is at 132 for 4, and they are at a decent spot, although they have lost wickets at quick interval. Kings 11 Punjab has fared quite well. They have made good comebacks, and now Mandeep Singh and Sam Curran, they are playing good, especially Mandeep Singh. He is on 22 for 13, and we were talking about KKR. KKR is certainly a different side than the previous self, because last season they were good, and this time around, after a great run at the start, they have lost consecutive matches, and with the win against Mumbai, they certainly have some momentum going for them. They need to seal the deal with the 2 wins, and the last game is also against Mumbai, at Mumbai, so that is one game that will be under a heavy spotlight for KKR. Coming back to our chit-chat session, a lot of people are joining in, and it's Mohan Hegde who's asking our names. Well, I'm Paritosh Joshi, along with me is Sahil Maggu for Sports Flashes, giving you the live updates for the match between Kings 11 Punjab and Kolkata Knight Riders. Azad is also with us, so is Sachi. She's not happy with Piyush's bowling. Piyush's bowling has been quite contradictory to his name, because Piyush Chawla is not known to concede these many runs. He's known to take wickets even if he concedes runs, and he's not been amongst wickets and has been conceding at that regular rate. So that is not positive news for KKR, because Piyush Chawla, even though he conceded runs earlier, he was known to pick up wickets, and that is not the case with Piyush Chawla this time around.
Well, if you see the options, the other option that you have is Kuldeep Yadav in terms of the second spinner that you will play. But Piyush Chawla has picked up more wickets. Meanwhile, Sam Curran has walked down the track and hit Sunil Narine for a huge six. So he's justifying his selection. He's justifying the fact that I am an all-rounder who can contribute top of the order, middle of the order, and I will bowl 4 valuable overs. Don't forget that he was the one who to take a hat-trick in the second game itself in the IPL, as he smashes that with disdain. Sunil Narine would need to alter his length, as KKR are known to bleed runs in the last 5 overs, and they are doing the same. 93 meter 6 there from Sam Curran's bat. The score for Kings 11 Punjab is now 139 for 4 in 16.2 overs. Sam Curran moves on to 15 from 10. Mandeep Singh is on 23 from 14. Narine has given away 21 without picking up any wickets in 3.2 overs, and from KKR's point of view, they would want a wicket at least from Narine in the next 3-4 deliveries, as this one's driven down the ground for a quick double. Will it complete it? Yes, he will complete it. So 143 now for Kings 11 Punjab, as he's already given 9 runs from the first 3 deliveries that he's bowled.
Well, fantastic for KKR. Sam Curran is playing good now. He has struck a massive one for a 6, and that too against Sunil Narine, who is one of the prime bowlers for KKR. He has not fared well with the wickets. 23 runs conceded in 3.3 overs. It's his last over, and Sam Curran tries to go big again. Edge on that occasion, I guess. Will it be taken? Yes. No! Oh my word, what has he missed here? And Narine would not be happy with that one. They complete a single on that occasion, and it's another catch dropped for KKR.
Well, this is something that's plagued KKR throughout the season. Their fielding. If there was a brilliant example from Rinku Singh earlier with a run out, he's dropped a dolly here on Sunil Narine's delivery. This should have been a wicket. How costly it's going to prove, we'll see in the next couple of deliveries, but it's a regulation catch. How are you not able to pick these regulation catches is something that's beyond comprehension. You're playing on the international level. Yes, it's the IPL, it's a domestic cricket league, but there are international players, so you practice so much, but then what happens?
This time around the story has been same for every IPL team. They have dropped catches and similar catches. This went high up in the air, and these type of catches have been dropped time and again. Management is not very happy with that, because consecutive drops, and Dinesh Karthik also looked on when Rinku Singh dropped that. A good fielder generally for KKR, but this time around was able to fluff that one, as this time around Sam Curran has taken it to the boundary towards the mid-wicket region, and 4 more will come for Kings 11 Punjab. Their score now moves on to 147 for the loss of 4 wickets after 17 overs. A good innings from Sam Curran continues, 22 on 13 from him, and KKR fans, trouble for you.
15 runs coming from Sunil Narine's over, expensive, as Kings 11 Punjab put on the pedal, scoring at a rate of more than 8 now, and they would definitely get the desired power score, which was 170. 3 overs left, 147 at the moment for Kings 11 Punjab. Kolkata Knight Riders have themselves to blame, as you can see there are a lot of disputes going on. Apart from the disputes, you need to focus on the fielding. If you're not focusing on the fielding, if you're dropping catches, obviously you're gonna be hit. You will be taken to the cleaners. If not now, then in the next delivery, and that's exactly what Sam Curran has done. He was dropped by Rinku Singh, a dolly of a catch, and the next delivery that he faces, he slog sweeps Sunil Narine for a 4 towards the mid-wicket area. While chit-chat session, a lot of people supporting KKR. I'll tell you, it's getting bleaker by the moment. Mohammad Sartaj says KKR will win, and with this is Otis Mahabir commenting last 6 teams named first in match fixtures.
Well, he's saying that all the home teams have won in the previous 6 games except RCB. Well, if that happens, Sahil would be an unhappy man on the day, because he's supporting KKR at the moment. And KKR, they fared decently in this game. They have picked up wickets, essential wickets, at different intervals. But the sad part for KKR fans is that every player has clicked for Kings and Punjab in this innings. Nicholas Puran was able to chip in with runs. So was Mayank Agrawal, and these two are looking good at the moment. A rare middle order, rare middle order performance from Kings and Punjab is supporting them at the moment.
Well, Paitosh, if you remember, I told you something, that if any team is not performing well, if any player is making a debut, or if any player is struggling for form, let them play against Kolkata Knight Riders.
Kolkata Knight Riders is the India side of IPL.
If before this game the middle order was collapsing, there were a lot of talks about how the middle order hasn't performed game after game, but then in today's game both the openers were dismissed early for cheap 20 or 20 odd runs when 2 wickets were down, and since then they have scored 130 plus runs, and everyone in the middle order has contributed. Whether what fantasy league, that's something that's been going on. Andre Russell surely would be in everyone's team. Who would be your pick, Paritosh?
For this match, I have fantasy team. Andre Russell will certainly be a pick, and I'll also pick Shubman Gill in my side because he is a very decent batsman. The move to start him up the order, that has worked in their favour, and I would also start him right at the top because we know how good a timer of the ball that he is.
Well, he is a great player, no doubts, but then what matters in cricket is a team, because it's a team sport at the end of the day. If you talk about individuals, I don't think it's Kolkata Knight Riders. They should change the name. It should be Andre Russell versus Kings 11 Punjab, because that's how every game has been so far for Kolkata Knight Riders.
Not every game, please. Dinesh Karthik scored a brilliant innings last time around.
Yeah, it was for a losing cause. The games that, let's talk about the games that they
Andre
won.
Russell scored 6 innings in losing cause, so you can't really.
Which one?
In the 6 games they lost consecutively.
That's exactly what I'm saying. What I'm trying to highlight is that the games that they have won, in the games that they won this season, it has been Andre Russell who's done major share of the things for Kolkata Knight Riders.
Yes.
Whereas it's a team sport. You look at other teams, someone or the other has contributed and chipped in. And the visuals that we're seeing right now is an animated Dinesh Karthik talking, arguing, and players ignoring, most of the overseas players ignoring. So there is certainly something that's not
really
going right. Well, you talk about Andre Russell, he's definitely ignoring. Meanwhile, that's up in the air. Is that going to be a catch? Yes, it's a catch. Robin Uthappa takes a simple catch and a break for Kolkata Knight Riders as Mandeep Singh tries to hoik that one, but missed times the slow delivery from Harry Gurney. Kings 11 are now 149 for 5. A big welcome change for Kolkata, I would say.
Welcome change for Kolkata, not so much welcome for the Kings 11 Punjab as they lose another wicket here. And Tenzin Sunggrav is saying that KKR don't deserve to win. School level fielding, and he's very angry the way KKR are bowling and fielding at the moment. Well, Tenzin Sahil is certainly feeling you at the moment. And
see, that's exactly what I'm trying to point to you, that if you're a KKR fan, if you've been supporting this team, you would know the ins and outs. And Tenzin, I totally feel your pain because it's something that I've been going through myself, and it's difficult for you, Paritosh, to understand because you support Mumbai Indians. They are 3-time IPL winners, they're 2-time Champions League winner, they pretty much qualify for all the playoffs. But Kolkata Knight Riders, we are not disheartened, we are also 2 times IPL winners. It's just that losing and winning is a part of the game, but how you lose, how you fight,
you have to give it your all. That's what you're trying to say.
That's what matters.
That has not been the case with KKR
exactly.
this time around.
And what irks the KKR fan is when you have slogans like KKR hai taiyar and things like who's gonna play against next. I mean, just don't do that. It's like
it's like added salt to the wounds, and that is not very welcome for KKR fans.
Exactly.
Well, we hope that you guys get a win here because you are very salty at the moment. But they have got a wicket, and now 149 for the loss of 5 wickets. Gurney bowls in his 4th ball of the 18th over, and the strike changes. Ravichandran Ashwin, the captain of Kings 11 Punjab, will now face his first delivery.
With that single, 150 up on the board for Kings 11 Punjab. They would be pretty satisfied with the way things have gone so far. With just 2 more overs left after this, they would want to finish on a strong note. 150, decent score given the fact that 170 is a power score at this Mohali pitch. The only worrying factor for Punjab would be that there will be a lot of dew in the second innings. So how they use both their Ashwins is something that would be worth watching. While there's still, in terms of the batting, there's still 14 deliveries left as Captain Ashwin takes the strike and pulls that one, tries to pull that one. A slow delivery, just how did that miss the stumps? It's just inches over the stumps.
Yes, it was over the stumps, and Ravichandran Ashwin on that occasion tried to pull it towards the mid-wicket region but wasn't able to connect, and collected by Dinesh Karthik at the back. This has been a good over for KKR's perspective. They have not faced many overs where they have fared well in the last 5 overs, but this time around Harry Gurney is putting a performance for them.
Yeah, see, if you see the stats for other teams as well, they have conceded, they're the worst in terms of the ranking, as they've conceded more than 60 runs in the last 5 overs. Something that has happened again and again from KKR's perspective. So the bowling, a few years back, KKR was a very strong bowling team under the captaincy of Gautam Gambhir. I remember there were scores of 130, 140 that they defended. The first match that comes to my mind was a 130 odd score against RCB, and they bowled them out to 49 because of the captaincy of Gautam Gambhir. Gautam Gambhir went into the dressing room during the mid innings and said, if you don't win this game for KKR, this will be the last game for you in purple and gold. Now, when you have a leader like that, and suddenly you have a leader like Dinesh Karthik, who's been torn apart by the overseas players. So how do you resolve this issue before you go to the next season?
The management has to certainly come in and solve something for them, because respect is a major part of any sport, and if you're not able to respect your captain, that is certainly one thing that is not going for you, and KKR certainly needs to solve some internal issues. Coming back to our chit-chat session, Azad Singh is also with us, so is Mohammad Sartaj, and he's saying that KKR is a winning team. Well, they have won the IPL in the past, but this time around they are struggling, and at the moment it's 151 for a loss of 5 wickets for Kings 11 Punjab after 18 overs. And it's KKR who have been bowling. They have bowled decently, and it's Andre Russell back into the attack, and he comes in and strikes for them. Ravichandran Ashwin bowled, and a duck. He's been sent back by Andre Russell as he celebrates the dismissal of the Kings 11 Punjab captain.
Well, he's not celebrating, he's just walking away. A duck, not a golden duck, 3-ball duck for Ravichandran Ashwin, as it was a slower off cutter from Andre Russell. Tried to drag that one down. What happened eventually was he dragged it to his stumps. A big break there, and Preeti Zinta isn't amused as she was a couple of deliveries ago. 151 for 6. Ravichandran Ashwin makes the long walk back to the pavilion as 18.1 overs have been bowled. Andre Russell given the job to bowl the penultimate over, and the final over most probably would be bowled by Harry Gurney. So the pitch, you can see there is variable bounce. It's assisting the slower deliveries. It's not coming naturally to the bat. So 170 would be a very good score.
Well, if they get to it, I don't think that'll be easy for them at the moment. But 20 odd runs required from here on, and as things stand, it's KKR who are in a strong position, but you have to come in the middle order batsmen of Kings 11 Punjab. They have played really well in this match to get them to the position where they can certainly at least have something to defend when they go into the second innings. KKR have a strong batting lineup who are now clicking because of the game against Mumbai at Eden Gardens. Everybody clicked on that occasion. That wouldn't happen time and again. And if that happens, KKR would be winning the IPL, because if every player clicks, they certainly have a very good batting squad. But that is not the case. They are not very consistent, and that is a worrying factor as a KKR fan, that you don't have best of the bowling lineups and your batting lineup isn't clicking well together many a times.
Well, very valid point made there by you, Paritosh. The fact that the KKR batting lineup clicked in the last game against Mumbai Indians, and not every time you would expect, you would see everyone chipping in, everyone performing. That's exactly what I mentioned, what I said when I said that Andre Russell has contributed to the major wins of Kolkata this season, as he has single-handedly won 3 to 4 games which were pretty much out of hands. They needed 55 from 17 deliveries, 75 from 24 deliveries. So yes, he has been consistent and the team has been performing well. Meanwhile, that's a brilliant shot, innovative shot from Sam Curran. It was a slow delivery on the middle stump line, and Sam Curran just shuffled across towards the offside, played it towards the fine leg area for another boundary. 156 from 6. Russell conceding another boundary, giving away 24 in his 3.3 overs. Sam Curran chipping in. So we were talking about middle order contributions. In this game, everyone from Punjab's point of view has chipped in. The openers failed certainly, but the middle order has stood up. They know the importance of this big game, as Kings 11 Punjab are now 156 for 6.
And Sam Curran was the one who was dropped on 17 by Rinku Singh off of Sunil Narayan delivery. So that could prove to be very costly for KKR if Sam Curran bats long and deep. And this is another boundary for him. Great innings continue from Sam Curran, and the total of Kings 11 Punjab is rising towards the 170 mark. 156 up on board for them in just 18.3 overs, and another 4 for him. And it's Sam Curran who is taking the attack back to KKR at the moment.
Yes, with that boundary, the score moves on to 160 now in 18.4 overs. Expensive is what is the word that will be used. Rinku Singh dropped a dolly, and post that Sam Curran has struck 3 boundaries. With that he moves on to 32 from 17. So these cameos, very important cameos. Kings and Punjab have lost wickets at regular intervals, but the cameos that have come from the middle order is something that has got their score up to 161 for 6 now in 18.5 overs. Russell conceding 29 in his 2.5. 1 ball left as he will be bowling that last delivery to Andrew Tye. 161 already up on the board, pretty much near the power score. They would be very pleased as to what happened in the start, both their openers failing, but then the middle orders and the lower middle order in the form of Sam Curran contributing, playing cameos. Platform obviously set by another West Indian cricketer, Nicholas Pooran.
Nicholas Pooran was fantastic when he came onto the pitch for Kings 11 Punjab, scoring 48 of 27 deliveries. And Neha Das is also with us, and she is saying that KKR will win today. Russell Power. Well, you are there with us, Neha, on our content section, and now she is with us on our chat session. So hopefully for you, KKR also wins, and hopefully for so Sahil, KKR wins this game. But at the moment, KKR have been put under pressure by Kings 11 Punjab's Sam Curran, who is batting fantastically to take his team out of pressure. At the moment, Tenzin is saying that the results would be better for KKR today if they play with retired players with Narayan and Russell. Well, he's not very happy with the attitude of Narayan and Russell, and every KKR fan, they are happy with Russell's performance, but the attitude of Sunil Narayan and Russell is certainly something to be asking questions about.
Well, yes, certainly those are raised issues where at the end of the day you need to respect your captain, no matter how good a player you are, no matter how good a match winner you are. If someone is leading the team, you need to back him, you need to believe in your captain. Yes, things are not working for the team, things may not be working as you would want them, and it is annoying and frustrating that you're not getting the results, but it doesn't give you the freedom to go against the captain. What helps is discussing as to how the team can be bettered, how the position, the standing and the performances can be improved, and you have to comply as to what the captain thinks should be done. 161 for 6, 19 overs have been bowled. Harry Gurney will be bowling the last over. He's conceded 19 runs, picked up 1 wicket as a full length delivery has been flicked for a couple of runs towards the mid-wicket area. Sandeep Warrior does the cleaning up job. Sam Curran, how brilliant has he been? 35 from 19. He was dropped a few balls ago, and post that he struck 4 boundaries.
So fantastic from Sam Curran to get his team out of pressure situation, and now he's batting brilliantly. He'll be facing every ball, I think, of the last over, and he's the one who can take this total to a very good total for Kings 11 Punjab. If he gets in 2-3 boundaries, this is looking like one hard total for KKR on this pitch, because the ball is doing something late on for the bowler. And another double, will that be, or will that be only a single? Yes, another double. They tried and they will get it, but third umpire has been taken. Has Sam Curran reached there on time? That is the big question.
Well, to the naked eye, it definitely seems he's reached, because the throw was very poor. Sandeep Warrior, he's a fast bowler. You'd expect him to put all his effort in the throw, but the throw that came from the deep was very slow and very poor. And because of that, you'll pretty much see that he's made it comfortably. Yes, he's made it comfortably. You could see from Dinesh Karthik's reaction that he is diving full strength. That should have been a run out had it been a good...
Well, Dinesh Karthik tried his level best. He was very fast with his hands, but you need to throw that near to the wicket for Dinesh Karthik to have any chance of getting his quick hands to the play. But you see, on that occasion they had a chance. Andrew Tye was he was nowhere in the frame, Sam Curran, when the throw was done, and that should have resulted in another wicket for KKR. But sadly for them, the throw was poor and Sam Curran stays. So 19.2 overs done, 165 now the total for Kings 11 Punjab after 6 wickets, and Sam Curran is batting at 37 for 20 deliveries, and 2 doubles have been taken of the very first 2 deliveries of this over. This is the final over and 4 deliveries still to go.
4 runs conceded in the first 2 deliveries, 4 deliveries left, while Sam Curran seems to be in great touch as he scored 37 from 20, justifying his selection as he was replaced by David Miller. A full length delivery that's been struck for a great boundary there towards the cover area. Big runs coming in the end. A simple catch, I'll repeat, being dropped by Rinku Singh, and post that Sam Curran has gone on to score 41 from 21. So big innings there by Sam Curran. And how important is the fielding?
Well, how important has it been throughout the IPL? Missed catches is the story of this season's IPL, and For KKR, sadly, he was the man who was dropped off 17, and he is now doing the damage for Kings 11 Punjab. 169 up on board for Kings 11 Punjab, and 3 deliveries still to go. As Sam Curran is playing on 41 off of 21, he makes room and goes for the big shot. Is that gone for a 6, or is it too high up in the air? Is it gone? Is it gone? It is gone, certainly gone way too far into the stands. 6 more, as the score now is 175 for the loss of 6 wickets, and Sam Curran is batting at 47 off of just 22 deliveries. Fantastic shot over long on, and beautiful to see. So far up in the air, so long into the stands, and he was confident that it was going for a 6, and he was very happy. He didn't even look at the ball when it came down for a 6. 91 meters, fantastic from Sam Curran.
Well, this is a match-winning innings, and it's a game-changing moment for all the Kings 11 Punjab fans. This innings by Sam Curran is gonna help them win the game. I would go far saying that, because they've already posted 175, and this innings, another lap shot, that's gonna be another 6.
It's a 4 at the moment, and the carnage from Sam Curran continues. A 4, a 6, and another 4. So his maiden IPL 50 is now up. 23 deliveries. Remember, only 23 deliveries it took, and you have to remember that he was the one who was dropped on 17 from a Narayan delivery by Rinku Singh, and he's now doing the damage for them. 71%, the boundary is 4 dot balls only, and a strike rate of 221.7. How good is he batting at the moment for Kings 11 Punjab? Fantastic, great presence of mind, and another 4 for Sam Curran.
Well, a brilliant innings there, a game-changing moment, as I was referring to a few minutes back. 51, maiden 50 for Sam Curran, and he is not mincing his words. He was replaced by David Miller. David Miller was opted out, and he was brought into the attack, and now he's proven his point. 51 as he scored, and another 6. Is that going to be another 6? Yes. Oh no, it's a 4. What an innings that he's played. 4, 4, 6, 4, 2, 2. A total of 22 runs conceded by Harry Gurney, and this over has certainly changed the complexion of the game.
It has certainly changed it.
183 for 6 for Kings 11 Punjab. Above power score. What happens by KKR, what they do. Dinesh Karthik pensive, and team will definitely need to perform out of their skins to win this one. Game, seal, match done, as far as I feel. Man of the match, well, Sam Curran.
You don't have to say that right now. Only half the match is played, and it is time for a break here. We'll get you through the scorecard. Kings 11 Punjab, what a comeback late on by the middle order. Initially, Chris Gale was bowled for 14. Chris Gale was sent back by Warrior, and also Lokesh Rahul, because these two were victimized by the bowling of Warrior. They were caught by Chris Lynn and Shubman Gill on different occasions. Mayank Agrawal, he played well but was run out on 36 off of just 26 deliveries. Nicholas Pooran, fantastic innings from him, 48 off of just 27. Mandeep Singh on 25 off of 17, and Sam Curran, he remains not out of 55 of 24 deliveries. What an innings from the England cricketer, young England cricketer, and a bright prospect for England as well. Ravichandran Ashwin, he was sent back for a duck, and Andrew Tye, he only played 2 deliveries and was not able to score a single run. And the bowling of KKR, they fared well initially, but Sam Curran late on, he put on the runs for KKR. Harry Gurney, how costly was he? 4 overs, 41 runs, and majority of them coming in the last over. 10.25 the economy, only 1 wicket. Sandeep Warrier was picked amongst the bowlers. He took 2 wickets, 31 runs and 4 overs. And Andre Russell, he went for 3 overs. He went for 29 in 3 overs, taking the single wicket. Also, Nitish Rana was comprehensive. He took a wicket off of 1 over he bowled, and giving away just 8 runs. So its first inning has come to an end. Nicholas Pooran scoring a brilliant 48, and Sam Curran doing the majority of the damage. We'll take a short break, and we'll catch you on the other side. This is Partha Joshi taking your leave. We'll catch you when the innings resume. Stay tuned to Sports Flashes.
This is Sports Flashes live.
Sports Flashes.
It's time for Indian T20 Showdown. Stay tuned to Sports Flashes.
Sports Flashes.
You are listening to Sports Flashes live.
Dhoni finishes off in style. A magnificent strike into the crowd. India lift the World Cup. Pulls it back. Here's Ronaldo for the hat-trick. And Cristiano Ronaldo does it again.
Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. You are tuned into Sports Flashes Radio.
And what a performance by the number 3 seed, Simon Awell, who tomorrow will contest a third All-England semi-final.
Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
This is Sports Flashes Live.
The flying Finn from Helsinki is on his last lap, looking magnificently good for his 20th World Championship win.
Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
You are listening to Sports Flashes Live. Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. This is Sports Flashes Live. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. Sports Flashes, everything about sports. You are tuned into Sports Flashes Radio. Sports Flashes Radio. World's biggest sports radio channel. Sports Flashes, the official broadcast partner of BCCI. Sports Flashes, everything about sports. Catch all the cricketing action and complete drama at one click of your phone.
He does that. Smack again onside, being peppered. Consecutive boundaries.
Don't miss. Download the app now. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
One station filled with full football fever.
Thinks about the shot, will go for it, and will plant an absolute cracker into the corner to put the icing on what is a very sweet tasting cake for Manchester City.
And you are just one click away.
Sergio Aguero. Oh, that's vicious! Unstoppable!
Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
You are listening to Sports Flashes Live. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. This is Sports Flashes Live.
Sports Flashes.
It's time for Indian T20 Showdown. Stay tuned to Sports Flashes.
Sports Flashes.
You are listening to Sports Flashes Live.
Dhoni finishes off in style. A magnificent strike into the crowd. India lift the World Cup. Pulls it back. Here's Ronaldo for the hat-trick. And Cristiano Ronaldo does it again.
Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. You are tuned into Sports Flashes Radio.
And what a performance by the number 3 seed Simon Awell, who tomorrow will contest a third All-England semi-final.
Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
This is Sports Flashes Live.
The flying Finn from Helsinki is on his last lap. Looking magnificently good for his 20th World Championship win.
Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
You are listening to Sports Flashes Live. Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. This is Sports Flashes Live. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. Sports Flashes, everything about sports. You are tuned into Sports Flashes Radio. Sports Flashes Radio. World's biggest sports radio channel. Sports Flashes, the official broadcast partner of BCCI. Sports Flashes, everything about sports. Catch all the cricketing action and complete drama at one click of your phone.
He does that. Smack again onside, being peppered. Consecutive boundaries.
Don't miss. Download the app now. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
One station filled with full football fever.
Thinks about the shot, will go for it, and will plant an absolute cracker into the corner to put the icing on what is a very sweet tasting cake for Manchester City.
And you are just one click away.
Sergio Aguero. Oh, that's vicious! Unstoppable!
Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
You are listening to Sports Flashes Live. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. This is Sports Flashes Live.
Sports Flashes.
It's time for Indian T20 Showdown. Stay tuned to Sports Flashes.
Sports Flashes.
You are listening to Sports Flashes Live.
Dhoni finishes off in style. A magnificent strike into the crowd. India lift the World Cup. Pulls it back. Here's Ronaldo for the hat-trick. And Cristiano Ronaldo does it again.
Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. You are tuned into Sports Flashes Radio.
And what a performance by the number 3 seed Simon Awell, who tomorrow will contest a third All-England semi-final.
Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
This is Sports Flashes live.
Mika Hakkinen, the flying Finn from Helsinki, is on his last lap. Looking magnificently good for his 20th World Championship win.
Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
You are listening to Sports Flashes live. Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. This is Sports Flashes live. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. Sports Flashes, everything about sports.
Welcome back to Sports Flashes. You are listening to me, Sahil Mago, and with me is Wali Siddiqui now. The first inning has been done and dusted. Kings 11 Punjab have scored 183 for 6 thanks to a brilliant cameo by Sam Curran, who made 55 from 24 deliveries with 7 fours and 2 sixes, thrashing Harry Gurney for 22 runs in the last over. Wali, 184 for Kolkata Knight Riders as Mohammad Shami runs in for the first delivery.
Mohammad Shami is teaming in. It's Shubman Gill and Chris Lynn who will be opening the innings for Kolkata Knight Riders as he defends one towards the cover region, and both of these batsmen are in fine form. Both scored a scintillating 50 against the Mumbai Indians, and they need a similar start against Kings 11 Punjab, and it's a pretty important game in the context of the IPL because whoever loses over here is nearly out of the competition. So it's a pretty important game for Kings 11 Punjab as well as Kolkata Knight Riders, and we have seen a few heated moments in today's game, not between the two teams but within one team, especially within the Kolkata Knight Riders when there was a small dispute between the players and Dinesh Karthik, and Dinesh Karthik was having a go at them in the first strategic timeout, well, it's almost like Captain America Civil War all over again. You have to pick a side.
Well, whether you are with Captain Russell or whether you're with Dinesh Karthik, the Iron Man, well, it's hard to pick because the big heavyweights seem to be with Russell. Russell being the Thor himself. I won't say he's Captain Russell. He's the Thor of the team. And then you can always draw parallels with the other Hulk, saying in the form of Sunil Narayan and Chris Lynn supporting him. While Dinesh Karthik, his side seems to be weakened. Maybe Ant-Man and other characters coming in, but you can't certainly outweigh them as they can chip in with good efforts. What matters at the end of the day is if the team is able to see if they're able to cross the line, and if that happens or whether that happens or not is something that we'll see, as Chris Lynn and Shubman Gill both have gotten off the mark with 1 run each. Kolkata Knight Riders are 2 without loss of any wickets in 0.3 overs. 184, something that they can achieve, something that they have been doing, a par score in terms of the batting, but whether their batsmen come together or not is something that we'll have to wait and watch.
Exactly, a cracker of a contest for Kolkata Knight Riders, and they need to prove themselves that they can function as one unit, just like they did against Mumbai Indians, especially when it came to the batting lineup, and that is the need of the hour for KKR. It's Shubman Gill who just tucks it towards the mid-wicket region and takes another single while giving Chris Lynn the strike, and the opening stand will be quite crucial in this game. If they get over 60 runs in 6 overs, then I think it will be Kolkata Knight Riders who should be considered as the favourites, because in spite of the ground being quite big, the boundary lines being quite big, but the wicket is batting friendly nevertheless.
A couple of things that matter in this game, first of all being Shubman Gill's performance. It's his home ground, so he definitely knows how the pitch is going to behave. He knows what the conditions are, and the second factor is the dew factor. How Punjab and both Ashwin's feature and as to when they come on to bowl is something that we'll have to see, wait and watch, because dew will certainly play a role in this ground, and as to how KKR capitalize or how well Punjab manage the due issues is something that will be a game-changing factor.
So it's 3 for no loss after 0.5 overs. Jabba is listening to us on Sports Flashes Cricket Lounge and also saying that he's from Tamil Nadu, I guess. Rinku Arora supporting Punjab. Gerald Coutinho back with us as well. Sachin Kumar saying well done Mohammad Shami. Ankush Gupta suggesting Kolkata will win. Ajit Star saying is asking us who won well. It's just the first inning has come to an end, so second innings has just started, so no one has won yet. And Rinku Arora supporting Punjab saying that they'll crush KKR. Well, what do you think? What do you have to say about that?
Well, it's too early to make a call, but definitely how the start has gone so far. They were 20 for 2 Punjab, both their openers gone, and they were struggling to get about 150, 160. In fact, they were 160 odd runs until the last over. But what an innings from Sam Curran, raising his bat for a maiden 50, scoring 55 from just 20 odd balls, helping the team to a very much par score, above par score I would say, because the par score is about 175, getting 8-10 runs above par score to 183, 184. So it's even Stevens, because Kolkata Knight Riders have a good batting lineup, but whether they click or not is something that we'll have to wait and watch.
So it's a 3 for no loss after 1 over, and it will be interesting in the sense of who comes in to bat next, because in the previous game against Mumbai Indians it was Andre Russell who came at number 3, and it's Shubman Gill and Chris Lynn who are opening the innings. Earlier it used to be Sunil Narayan and Chris Lynn, and now that since that opening stand has changed, I think it has been even more complicated for the Kolkata Knight Riders. If a wicket falls within 20 or 30 runs, then who would you like to see as the next batsman for KKR?
It's something that has been very confusing for KKR management as well as KKR fans, because they haven't gotten accustomed to 2 people batting and a set batting lineup. In this tournament so far, they've used as many as 6 to 7 combinations. They've used, as we were discussing earlier, they've used Joe Denley, they've used Nikhil Nayak, they've used Chris Lynn, they've used Sunil Narayan, they've used Nitish Rana, they've used Shubman Gill. So a lot of combinations used for the top order, and then for number 1, number 2 spot again you have your Robin Uthappa, you have Andre Russell, you have at times Nitish Rana batting. So it's nothing fixed in the management. They're just trying to go according to the situation. Horses for courses is the approach that they've used. Sometimes it has worked. Actually, it has only worked rarely, 1 or 2 occasions. Other times it hasn't gone their way. So the results that could have won easily have resulted in a loss because of the not using their resources at the right time. And a very crucial must-win game like this, when there are 3 for no loss in 1.2 overs, we'll have to see as to how things unfold as Shubman Gill tucks that one, takes a quick single. Scoreboard is now 4 for the loss of no wicket in 1.3 overs. A slow start, but even if they are able to preserve their wickets, they have the firepower. And I would say in the first 6 overs, if they get about 50 odd runs without losing 1 wicket, or maximum losing a 1 wicket, would be job well done for the power play, for the openers in the power play.
So it's 4 for no loss, and Arshdeep Singh is bowling the second over for Kings 11 Punjab. No Sam Curran as of now. The first over was bowled by Mohammad Shami, the second over being bowled by Arshdeep Singh. 4 for no loss. Lynn is on 1 of 3. Gill is on 3 of 6. Hanif Islam is here supporting Kolkata Knight Riders. Mohammed is here with us as well. Royal HPC. And quite a few fans joined in with us. Sachin Kumar, Rakesh Bhosle saying that if Andre Russell comes in, then he'll score 150 over here. And Tenzing also saying that he did his schooling from Tamil Nadu. And yes, so that's what he's saying. Though, if he comes at number 3, then only he'll be able to score 150.
Well, Tamil Nadu, there are a lot of Tamil Nadu factors going ahead in this game. Both the captains, Ravi Chandran Ashwin and Dinesh Karthik, play for Tamil Nadu. So I don't know if Tenzing is oh wow, what a shot. Sorry, I'm mincing my words, but this one's a short delivery from Arshdeep Singh, and Chris Lynn has given that the full face of the bat, actually slanted face of the bat, as it was slogged over mid-wicket region. But first 6 for Kolkata Knight Riders as the score moves on to 12. It was a short length delivery, a 6 over mid-wicket area.
A short length delivery. Chris Lynn came down the track, dominating the fast bowler over here, the young fast bowler, and he went for the big pull. A 94 meter 6 for the big Australian. The score is now 12 for no loss after 1.5 overs. Not only was it with the first boundary of the Kolkata Knight Riders innings, but it was the first 6 as well.
It's 12 for no loss. Final delivery to be bowled. Will it be another boundary by Chris Lynn? He's looking dedicated over here. A good shot on the back foot, and there is Ravichandran Ashwin to clean up there. So just a single in the end. 13 for no loss after 2 overs. Kolkata Knight Riders, and it's Rinku Arora saying that Shabash boys, come on Punjab. It's as if he's there in the field. Asfansa Kabir here with us as well, and you were asking something. You were asking Tenzin something, I guess.
Oh yes, I was asking Tenzin that the Tamil Nadu connection. Yes, it's good to see that there are 2 captains out there in the middle who are from Tamil Nadu, and then there is someone who is here representing Tamil Nadu. Unfortunately, the cyclone Fani has caused a lot of damage towards the southern part of India as well as the eastern part. However, the spirits, you can see a lot of people standing up and will be rebuilding what has been damaged. And similarly for KKR fans, and especially for Tenzing, who is from Tamil Nadu, schooling was from Tamil Nadu, and he's an avid KKR supporter. Things look bleak at the moment, but then if you're a KKR supporter, it's something that you must have gotten used to this season. Keep supporting them in the end, you never know. They are after all SRK's team, and till the time the game is not over, it is not over.
Well, they've had the most topsy-turvy season as far as my memory goes, more than any other team in the previous edition of the IPL. They were on top of the table not so long ago. Meanwhile, it's Mohammad Shami who comes in, bowls a short one, cuts it, does Chris Lynn, and there's a fielder at deep point. Good captaincy by Ravichandran Ashwin. 14 for no loss. They were on top not so long ago, 2 or 3 weeks back, and 6 losses in a row, which then put them on 7th position as well. But the win against Mumbai Indians once again puts them in contention to qualify for the playoffs. So they've been there, done that.
Well, they've been there, done that, because in 2014, I remember under Gautam Gambhir's captaincy, when they were playing in Dubai, your hometown Dubai, they lost first 5 games consecutively, but then they came back stronger to when the tournament came to India, and they won 9 out of 9. In fact, went on to win the championship and had a longest winning streak. So definitely the team has the potential to do that, but it's just that they're not playing as a team. Not even playing as a team, there are a lot of rifts in the team, and when you see as a supporter from outside that the team management and the team players are not gelling as a unit, you know that it is not working. And that has been the reason for Kolkata Knight Riders, that there have been so many press conferences, so many outrages by players, issues between the captains and the major contributors. So when you see those ugly sides, you know that it's not working, and it's the only thing that can bring you together is a win. If the win doesn't come, it's just gonna get worse. Meanwhile, what a shot there by Shubman Gill. What a flick, what use of good wrists as he flicks that one towards the mid-wicket area for a 4 on Shami's 3rd delivery. 2.3 overs have been bowled. Kolkata Knight Riders cruising at the moment in the 2.3 overs. 18 for no loss. I don't want to jinx anything.
And more than big hitting, more than muscle power by Andre Russell, this is what excites me even more. Shubman Gill's class and elegance at the age of just 19 years is a treat to watch for us cricket lovers, and that too dominating one of the senior players of the Indian cricket team there, Mohammad Shami. Beautiful shot on the back foot as he just flicks it one through mid-wicket for a boundary. Single taken on the next delivery. It's 19 for no loss after 2.4 overs. Astute survivor back with us saying that he predicted the score would be 188 for 6 in the second over of the very first innings. Well, he was quite close over there.
Just 3 runs short, maybe in terms of the prediction. If you see the target, 4 runs short. So very well done there, Astute. As I keep mentioning, both you and Wali are the 2 astute survivors amongst us, and followed by Gerald Coutinho, who's supporting KKR. Navdeep Singh seems to be unhappy about something. Well, if you're a KKR fan, I can understand what the unhappiness is for. If you're a Punjab supporter, I don't know why you're unhappy, because right now it seems good for them. Both the teams, however, have to win significantly if they want to trump Sunrisers Hyderabad and make it to the playoffs, as this one's been hit straight down the ground. Confusion, but survives. Chris Lynn survives as they were trying to look for 2 runs on a missed field, but Ashwin does up well to save the second run. 20 runs on the board for Kolkata Knight Riders. 2.5 overs have been bowled, going at a rate of 7 runs, approximately 7 runs per over. What they need is 9 runs, 9.0 something runs, 9.2 to be precise, runs to win the game. Meanwhile, Shami seems to have pulled something in the neck area.
I think when he was trying to collect the ball above his head after that bump, a ball from Chris Lynn to drive it straight down the ground, he went for that. He went to collect that ball. above his head, and I think that's where he pulled his neck muscle. That is why he's struggling over there. So there is a slight delay. We just hope he's well. It's 20 for no loss after 2.5 overs.
Sorry, Wali. It's very important that our bowlers are preserved for the World Cup. We've seen a lot of injuries and a lot of players being ruled out in the IPL. The recent one, Kagiso Rabada for Delhi Capitals, as he's been struggling with back issues, and he has been sent back home so that he can be used in the World Cup. Mohammad Shami, who is in the probable 15 for India in the World Cup, which will be played in England at the end of this month. It's very important that our bowlers are preserved and are not injured, because it's a big tournament. IPL can still be neglected, but the World Cup cannot be neglected.
Absolutely, bang on over there. It's 24 no loss, 2.5 overs. Shami is back now. Good to see. A short delivery as he punches it one towards the mid-off region. Does Shubman Gill, so no runs. It's 24 no loss after 3 overs. Rinku Arora, Shakib BD supporting Kings 11 Punjab. Ashok Nayak asking for the Hindi commentary. Well, we do have a Hindi cricket lounge as well. Ashok, you just go to the Sports Flashes YouTube page and there will be a Hindi link for that, so just tune into that. Hanif Islam, astute survivor, saying, guys, please confirm one thing, that Bhuvi is in the 15-man squad for the World Cup. Yes, he is there in the 15-man World Cup squad. So is Jasprit Bumrah, Mohammad Shami, Hardik Pandya and Vijay Shankar, the 5 pacers,
medium pacers, if you want to say. Jasprit Bumrah, Mohammad Shami, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, frontline pacers. Along with them, you have Hardik Pandya and Vijay Shankar, who can give you the seam-up options if needed in English conditions. Big question there again coming up. Chris Lynn will score a century because this is the kind of wicket he likes. Well, definitely is the kind of wicket that he likes, because the ball comes to the bat much better as compared to the other Indian pitches. But a century is too far a task, I would say. Maybe a half century, and KKR fans would be happy if he gets a half century in a quick time. At the same time, Rinku Arora is supporting Punjab 3 times, echoing Punjab. This delivery from Arshdeep Singh has almost been dragged by Chris Lynn towards the stump. Fortune favours him. He survives as it ricochets from his pads. KKR 24 no loss in 3.1 overs. A very interesting prospect, this Arshdeep Singh, left arm pacer.
Yes, he has bowled quite well in the IPL as well, and he had taken a couple of wickets against the Rajasthan Royals in his debut game. He's just 20 years of age, born in 1999. And his birthplace is Guna, Madhya Pradesh. In 3 matches, he's taken 3 wickets, so that's not bad for a 20-year-old. Coming back to the game, it's 24 no loss. Chris Lynn is on 12 of 9. He's hit a 6 in the innings, while Gill is on 8 of 10. It's 24 no loss as Arshdeep Singh rolls in to ball another delivery. This time punches it towards the offside, and a trailblazing shot by Chris Lynn. It's another boundary, so it's 24 for no loss, and Kolkata Knight Riders just need more of them in order to win the game.
Yes, they need plenty more of those. As a KKR fan, they would just want it to keep coming one after the other, because what has happened in the power play overs for Kolkata Knight Riders is whenever they have scored in boundaries, they have been able to put on the runs. However, if the opposition has been able to restrict KKR in terms of scoring sixes and boundaries, they haven't been that dominant, because the single and the stroke play in the openers is what is lacking. Sure. The major dealing that they do is in boundaries, and it's been followed up with another boundary straight down the ground by Chris Lynn. What a shot that was, straight as a whistle. 28 now, Kolkata Knight Riders in 3.3 overs, back-to-back boundaries, and the young lad Arshdeep Singh seems to be under pressure.
And that's what the bottom hand can do of Chris Lynn. He uses it most of the time while he's batting. He puts that front leg away from the ball, and he uses that bottom hand with that most perfection. 28 for no loss, 2 boundaries, consecutive bases. Yashwant Shinde saying that Shami should be rested, and he's an important asset for the World Cup, and he has an injury-prone body. Well, I agree with that he has an injury-prone body, not one of the most fittest bowlers, but surprisingly, this time, according to Virat Kohli, he's turned even fitter than he was 6 months ago. So good signs for Team India as well. It's 28 for no loss, as Arshdeep Singh will now look for a dot delivery or a wicket.
Well, definitely he would look for a dot delivery. A wicket is the best form of getting a dot delivery, because not only you're restricting the runs, but you're denting the opposition by sending one of their batsmen back. But this one is a short delivery on the leg side that's been pulled away towards the fine leg area for another boundary. So 3 consecutive boundaries. The young lad is trying to, maybe looking for some help as to who can help him out and what to do. Kolkata Knight Riders will gleefully take these boundaries as Lynn moves on to 24. It was a slower delivery. No, it was a short pitch, far quicker one in fact. So fast delivery, but just that it took the glove. Nicholas Puran couldn't stop it, as 3 consecutive boundaries. With that, Kolkata Knight Riders are 32 without any loss in 3.4 overs. Chris Lynn moves on to 24.
32 for no loss, and now Chris Lynn has got the start that he wanted. Now it's up to him to convert that into a big score, and Khalid Mehman did predict that Chris Lynn will score a century. Well, you never know. He's on 24 of 12. He needs to be positive with his intent as Arshdeep bowls another one. This time it was a slower one towards the leg side region, a cutter, and Chris Lynn couldn't connect, but it hit his back pad and they took a single. So good batting once again, and good awareness shot by Chris Shubman Gill over there to take the single. 33 for no loss, and if you talk about this over, 13 runs have come off 5 deliveries, 1 ball to be bowled.
Yeah, so good over there from KKR's perspective, because 13 runs have been scored. What has happened is that the 22 run over from Harry Gurney has changed the complexion of the game. Had Punjab gotten about 170, 175, KKR would have still been in a happier place as compared to 184, 85. What has made the situation is that they need to get off to a very good start in the power play overs. What a shot there by Shubman Gill there, but brilliantly fielded and then misfielded by the Punjab team members. Brilliantly fielded was Arshdeep Singh's part, as he in his follow through tried to deflect it with his foot, and misfielded was Andrew Ty's part, who deflected the ball again so that Ravichandran Ashwin could stop the 4. Overall, just a single conceded. The good thing for Punjab is they have 2 experienced overseas bowlers in the form of Andrew Ty as well as Sam Curran. So even if the Indian bowlers are conceding runs at the moment at a rate of 8+, they have 2 veterans in the form of those 2 overseas bowlers, and they have 2 more options. So they have 6 proper bowling options,
right.
And if someone has a bad day in the office, unlike Kolkata Knight Riders, because they didn't have a 6th bowling option, in fact the 5th bowling option was also a part-time bowler, so they can always go back and resort to the other option.
Well, they have a good bowling lineup, do Kings 11 Punjab, but Kolkata Knight Riders have a good batting lineup as well, so it's going to be a good contest between the two sides. 35 for no loss. That over was expensive. 15 runs coming off of it. Gerald continue asking us if Narayan is not there. Well, he is there in the playing 11, but the opening pair is of Chris Lynn and Shubman Gill. That's a new outlook for Kolkata Knight Riders. So Narayan will come in the middle order, but I think more than Sam Curran and Andrew Ty, the 2 bowlers who would be most who would be looking for wickets is Ravichandran Ashwin and Murugan Ashwin, because they've proved it time and time again. They know how to restrict the runs, but over here Ashwin introduces himself. I think that would be a win, a mental win for Ravichandran Ashwin, because it took the outside edge and it went for a 4. This should have been a first slip over there.
Exactly my point, Wali. I was just waiting for you to complete your sentence. That would have been a first wicket for Kings 11 Punjab had Ravichandran Ashwin had a first slip, because it was nicked, went to the first slip for a 4. Good fortune for Kolkata Knight Riders as they get another boundary. Chris Lynn moves on to 28 from 15 deliveries. But when you've introduced yourself into the attack, you're the captain, you should definitely have a slip, because wicket is a way to win this game. If the team bats out 20 overs, it would be hard to restrict.
Well, a short delivery this time. Easy pickings for Chris Lynn as he smashes one over long off, and he's in a brilliant form, is the big Australian. 34 of 16. He moves on to the score is 45 for no loss. Not the start that Kings 11 Punjab were asking for, but that's what Chris Lynn has done. Yashwant Sindh saying that Ashwin is a superb captain but not getting support from his team. I think Ashwin has not been supporting his team. He's not been playing the regular 11 that needs to be played. I think it's wrong from his behalf. And Gerald Coutinho saying that Mr. Wali, kidding, my friend. Thanks, gentlemen. Thank you for that. I don't know what that was, Gerald Coutinho, but well done over there. Kamal. Ajit is here and Vinay Khawash as well. So 45 for no loss. Sahil, you're pretty ecstatic with the start that Kolkata Knight Riders have got.
Well, that was a close call again as it took the outside edge, but the short third man was in place, falling short in front of Murugan Ashwin. Decent start, yes. 4.5 overs have been bowled. 10 runs conceded on the Ashwin's first over. Kolkata Knight Riders are 45 with a loss of no wickets. Chris Lynn on 34, as that's a full toss on the pads which has been flicked for a couple of runs towards the mid-wicket area. Could have been placed better, but then we'll take as whatever is coming.
How greedy can you get?
Well, it's a power play overs. If you can get a full toss and score, keep it coming. 47, however, for Kolkata Knight Riders in the first 5 overs. A decent start, but we have to keep in mind that they are chasing a daunting total of 184, and no Sam Curran or Andrew Try have been introduced in the attack till the moment. So it's important that you make use of whatever you're getting, and it will be also what will be important to see is the fact that whether they use Murugan Ashwin and Ravichandran Ashwin's entire quota of 4 overs each, because they will be due, or whether they'll stick to the 4 seamers and then bowl 2 overs each.
Well, it's 47 for no loss. 137 are required of 90 deliveries, and the Kings 11 Punjab are in a desperate need of a wicket over here because Chris Lynn, if he keeps on batting this way, then he'll take away the game from Punjab. Shubman Gill on the other end, providing adequate support. He's on 10 of 11, and there has been quite a bit of debate going on about the opening pair, but who knows to open. But what a fantastic shot there by Shubman Gill. A wayward delivery, a short delivery bowled by Andrew Tye. He knew where the gap was and he just times it to perfection towards the square leg. It's 51 now for no loss, and now Shubman Gill also getting into the act.
Well, Andrew Tye has been introduced into the attack, and it was a wayward delivery as it was going towards the leg side. All Shubman Gill had to do was just give it the direction because the pace was already there, and he did it brilliantly. A touch player, a classy player, because he feeds on shots like these. He cannot muscle the ball until he is settled. He's more of a classic timer as compared to Chris Lynn and other power hitters, and this is what you pay for. The classic timers is something that you really get to see. You'll have a power hitter every second day, but then the ones who can time the ball brilliantly, that's poetry in motion.
It's 51 for no loss after 5.2 overs. Gerard Coutinho saying that we're both doing a good job, but missing Mr. Sinha. Well, you're not the only one, Gerard Coutinho. We're missing Mr. Sinha as well, but he's just not well, and he'll be back as soon as he recovers. So just hang in there and bear with us. 51 for no loss after 5.2 overs as Andrew Tye now bowls his third delivery of the over, and he bowled fantastically well in the previous season. Also was the purple cap holder last season.
Last season.
And
Last
season, and this season he just hasn't been able to stamp his authority for Punjab.
Well, it's again something to do with the team combinations and the team management's decision as to who to play, when to play, how to play. I think a lot of teams have complicated their playing 11, keeping in mind that maybe this track would offer this, or maybe it's conducive to spin bowling, or it's conducive to pacers. Now, who do we use? Every year you get an auction, you get more players in, and then you tend to lose your playing 11 because you think maybe we have bought this guy for so much worth, let's use him. Meanwhile, this is in the air and it's a huge 6. I thought it was top edge and it's going to be out for a minute, but it has comfortably cleared the boundaries as Lynn moves on to 42 from 20. The tournament 6 becomes 674. Kolkata Knight Riders are 58 without a loss of any wickets in 5.4. Short delivery again from Andrew Tye.
Well, for a moment there, I thought that was the first wicket for Kings 11 Punjab, but it cleared the boundary with utmost ease. It's a 69-meter 6, and what an innings is Chris Lynn playing over here. He's on 42 of 20 deliveries, and he needs to continue over here. 30 or 40 more runs from his end, and I think Kings 11 Punjab will be in a meltdown. That's an inside edge, and that will be another boundary. So things going in favour of Kolkata. And you know what they say, fortune favours the brave. It's 62 for no loss, and Sahil's smile is just going wider and wider.
Yes, that's true. That when you see your team performing well, I'm pretty sure that everyone's going to be happy. Whoever supporting Kolkata Knight Riders. So far so good, as they say, without jinxing anything. 62 without a loss in 5.5 overs. Chris Lynn seems to be smashing the ball here and there. For our sake, he should continue doing this as he moves on to 46 from 21 deliveries. He's trying to replicate what Sam Curran did to us and did to Kolkata Knight Riders. I'll try. Oh, I've jinxed it. It's in the air, and this one should be a simple catch, and Andrew Tye has taken it. He slashes the ball, and Kolkata Knight Riders have lost their first wicket. 62 for 1. Chris Lynn, a brilliant inning comes to an end as he departs for 46 from 22 deliveries, and big blow there.
But he's given Kolkata Knight Riders a start in 6 overs. He's propelled Kolkata Knight Riders to 62, taking complete advantage of the power play, and he's done a fantastic job. It would have been quite good if he stayed there for 20 or 30 more runs for Kolkata's sake, but they have a deep batting lineup. They still have Shubman Gill, who's there on the other end, and the most interesting question is that who will come at number 3 now?
Well, they certainly have gotten the start. I was saying about 50 to 55 with the loss of 1 wicket in 6 overs. They've managed 62 for 1. Now, they don't need the power hitter because they need someone who can
Nitish Rana, I guess.
Maybe Nitish Rana, even if not Nitish Rana, because they have 2 spinners, which off spinners would probably not go in their favour. If not Nitish Rana, then it wouldn't be a bad idea to send Sunil Narayan, believe you me, because there are 2 spinners going bowling, and Sunil Narayan would fancy going against the spinners rather than going against the pacers. So, you're chasing a big total. Why not make this as an excuse to send Sunil Narine one down and give him the freedom to go bonkers. And then you can keep Dinesh Karthik and Andre Russell later for the later situation because you're chasing 184. Meanwhile, Shubman Gill can give the platform and steady his innings, but you never know with Kolkata Knight Riders. For all you know, they'll send Robin Uthappa next in. So now I can't predict for this team. They just continue to amaze you minute after minute.
Well, honestly, Sahil, neither can I, and it's just going to be a big surprise whoever it's going to be, because it was Andre Russell in the previous game. I'm quite sure it won't be Andre Russell who will be promoted at number 3. Shubman Gill is in there. He's on 15 of 14, and Chris Lynn has got dismissed of 46 of 22. And surprise, surprise, it's Robin Uthappa who now joins the crease with Shubman Gill. So Shubman Gill and Robin Uthappa will now be having the responsibility of adding further runs. Good move there by KKR.
I have no comments on that because the spinners have been introduced as I predicted. Punjab would use this opportunity to bowl the spinners out. Murugan Ashwin is into the attack as Robin Uthappa faces his first delivery. Let's see what we get from Robin Uthappa today. Last time he batted was a 20-ball 9-run inning that resulted
against the Royal Challengers Bangalore.
Yes, that resulted in the loss as Kolkata Knight Riders lost that game by 9 runs, chasing a 215 score. They just lost by 9 runs as Robin Uthappa played a 20-ball 9-run inning. So far in this game, he has gotten off the mark on the first delivery itself. So let's see how he implies himself, because he also would want to prove a point as he was rested for a couple of games. And a senior player like Robin Uthappa, when you're rested for a couple of games, then more than anyone else, it's you who wants to prove the point that I am worthy of playing in this league. I am worthy of being a part of KKR. If this innings doesn't go in his favour, then you probably might be seeing Robin Uthappa last time in purple and gold, because the management wouldn't want to retain him and look towards more of the future in form of Rinku Singh and other players.
Well, a back foot drive there by Shubman Gill as he takes a double and then quickly takes a single on the very next delivery. He's playing quite sensibly on one end. He's on 18 of 16 deliveries, and Kings 11 Punjab will be quite happy. Now the fireworks for now will stop now that Robin Uthappa and Shubman Gill are in there. But if I were a Kolkata Knight Riders skipper, then I would have told them to carry on with that positive intent the same way they went on with Mumbai Indians. And if you give Kings 11 Punjab a sense of hope, that is where your job will become even more difficult. So they just have to keep on taking the singles and doubles, but also strike the odd boundary.
Yes, it's very important that you keep the momentum up, because you can't always expect Andre Russell to come and bat in the end and score about 80 odd runs in the last 5 overs. That's practically putting a lot of pressure on the camp there. So if you're getting an opportunity to score runs freely, you should do that, because that will keep the momentum and it will add pressure on the bowling team, because they will at the back of the mind know that they cannot bowl loose deliveries as they're conceding at 10 runs per over. The start they got was 10 runs per over, and if they just maintain, even if not 10 runs per over, if they maintain a 9.5 or even 8.5, 9 kind of a run rate, then you would be requiring something which is chaseable and it's easier for the batsman later to come on to get on with. But if you kind of block deliveries and not score runs freely, then you would be requiring again 4 over 80 kind of an innings, and those are just miracles that you hope that come walk through your innings. But then what you do in the middle overs is what shapes the complexion of the game.
It's 69 for 1 with that single taken by Robin Uthappa, and you could see the current run rate is 9.95, the required run rate is 8.81, and they must make sure that the required run rate doesn't go above 10. And if that continues to be the case, then Kolkata Knight Riders will seal the game. Mr. Invisible is asking us who took the wicket. It was Andrew Tye who took the first wicket for Kings 11 Punjab as he dismissed Chris Lynn on 46. Historical interest supporting Kolkata Knight Riders. RB Tanveer Raheen saying hello to us. Kuljeet Singh also saying hello. Tenzing was suggesting that Dinesh Karthik should have come at number 3.
Well, that's been the situation for Kolkata Knight Riders. Each and every fan of KKR doesn't know what's going to happen. The team management doesn't know what's going to happen. The players themselves don't know what's going to happen. Sometimes they're sent at number 2, sometimes they're sent to open the innings, sometimes they're slated at 6-7 down. So that's been the story this season for KKR. But again, I'll say, whatever works on that day, whoever can see you through, that's what matters. When it's not working, it's something that's been picked up by us and all the other critics. But if it continues to work in the favour, if the team sees the light, the big goal is the team winning 2 points. If that is happening, that's all that matters. Rahul Singh wants to know who is doing the commentary. It's not commentary, it's chit-chat session that we are conducting, and we're happy to have you guys. I am Sahil Magoo, and with me is Wali Siddiqui. Wali, 70 for 1, KKR in 7.1. Ravi Ashwin bowling. what do you expect in the next 3-4 overs?
Well, if Kolkata Knight Riders have a clear plan over here, they need to negate the singles and doubles on Ravichandran in both the Ashwin's over, because they have been phenomenal for Kings 11 Punjab when it comes to restricting the runs. So it's important that if a poor delivery comes, you dispatch that for a boundary, but if they're bowling quite good in tandem, you keep on taking the singles and doubles and keep rotating the strike, because that's what will make them run out of plans, because these two have been their gun players. Sam Curran, we do understand he is a really good bowler, but he took quite a beating against Mumbai Indians against an off-form Kieran Pollard. But what was that? Predetermined shot by Robin Uthappa. It was going down the leg and he went for a reverse sweep.
Well, this is something that I saw in the last game against RCB as well, where Robin Uthappa played his knock of 9 run from 20 deliveries. He's 4 on 6, and this is just going to add pressure on him, because more than anyone else in the KKR dugout, it will be added responsibility on him. If he continues to play this slow inning, what's going to happen is the players are going to get frustrated who are waiting for their opportunities, and when they come out to bat, they'll just have to swing the bats. They won't get the sighters that Robin Uthappa is getting, as Shubman Gill is the one who's trying to play the sheet anchor role. So it's important that if there is someone who's playing the sheet anchor role, the other batsman takes the opposition. Right now, both of these are just rotating the strike and singles, which is okay for the first 2-3 deliveries, but then someone has to let go. What the good thing for Punjab was that even if they lost wickets, their net run rate, their over run rate was maintained 8.5, and then later expanded by Sam Curran to about 10 runs per over. So that it becomes imperative that you don't lose the runs per over that are coming. It was 9.95 in the first 10 overs, and now suddenly you are going to see there's a dip in 9.12, which is still okay at the moment. But if it continues to go on for the next 2 overs in the same fashion, there will be added pressure on Dinesh Karthik, Andre Russell, and you cannot always depend on Andre Russell to come and score 80 runs in the last 4-5 overs.
Meanwhile, it's Murugan Ashwin now who bowls another over. First ball by him in the second over, single taken, 74 for 1 now as Gill moves on to 22. And Gyan Singh is asking us that why isn't there a Hindi commentary feed? Well, Gyan Singh, there is a Hindi commentary feed. Just click the Sports Flashes YouTube channel. We have a Hindi chit chat session, Punjabi, as well as Bangla, as well as English, which we are listening to. So there is a Hindi one. Just click on the Sports Flashes YouTube page and you'll find the Hindi broadcasting over there. Meanwhile, a single taken, will it be, or will they in fact poor fielding there by KL Rahul? It should have been a single and a misfield there. It went between his legs and that's a boundary. And what does that do? That just releases pressure from the Kolkata Knight Riders end.
Pressure released from Kolkata's end as well as Robin Uthappa's end, because he was struggling. He was 6 ball 4, but with that boundary he has come to a run a ball 9 ball 9, because he had taken a single earlier as well, and KL Rahul got megged there.
Nutmegged over there, 78 for 1, and a good shot this time. I think that's a beautiful shot this time. Now you can see that the boundary must have brought in that confidence for Robin Uthappa, and he just smashes one down the ground for a big 6. It's now 84 for 1. Robin Uthappa now finally some sense prevailing, and he knows that 2 sheet anchors can't play at once, so what he does is accelerate. Good shot there by Robin Uthappa.
Yes, a very good shot there. He's a good player of spin bowling, and maybe that was his thinking, that if you're not sending Sunil Narayan to take against the spinners, let's send Robin Uthappa, who is a proper batsman. But at the same time, he has to continue going on. It cannot be that you've hit 1-6 and you've become lazy or have a lackadaisical attitude. And that's exactly what he has done. He has followed up with another boundary. So Robin Uthappa proving a point after being dropped for a couple of games, as he strikes a 4 which shouldn't have been a 4, but misfield that led to a 4, but a brilliant 6 and a cut for a 4.
He's literally played his last 3 boundaries all over the park. He played one towards the leg side region, mid wicket. He played one down the ground, and the next ball he just cuts it towards the offside region. So proving to be a 360 player at the moment is Robin Uthappa, and another expensive over for Punjab. 15 runs already coming off of it. 2 deliveries remain from Murugan Ashwin's end. 88 for 1 in 8.4 overs, and this time is bowled down the leg once again. I don't think that will be more than 1, and it will be a single taken. 89 for 1, sensibly done there by Robin Uthappa.
Yes, 89 for 1 in 8.5 overs. After this delivery, there will be a timeout, so it is important the run rate, required run rate for the net run rate as well, because even if KKR will go on to win both the games, they will be trailing behind Sunrisers Hyderabad. They would be expecting RCB to do a big favour for them if they go on to defeat Sunrisers Hyderabad, so that the net run rate comes to play and they can qualify. 9 overs have been completed. Kolkata Knight Riders are 90 for 1, and with this they will be taking a strategic timeout. The first strategic timeout in the second innings will be taken. We'll quickly give you a recap as to what has happened. Kolkata are 90 for 1, as I said. Shubman Gill is at the crease at 23 from 21 deliveries. Robin Uthappa is on 20 from 11 deliveries. The man to be dismissed was Chris Lynn. He scored 46 from 22 deliveries with 5 boundaries and 3 sixes. We'll take a quick break. Keep listening to Sports Flashes. We'll join you soon.
You are listening to Sports Flashes live.
Dhoni finishes off in style. A magnificent strike into the crowd. India lift the World Cup. Pulls it back. Here's Ronaldo for the hat-trick. And Cristiano Ronaldo does it again.
Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. You are tuned into Sports Flashes Radio.
And what a performance by the number 3 seed, Saina Nehwal, who tomorrow will contest a third All-England semi-final.
Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
This is Sports Flashes live.
Mika Hakkinen, the flying Finn from Helsinki, is on his last lap. Looking magnificently good for his 20th World Championship win.
Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
You are listening to Sports Flashes live. Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. This is Sports Flashes live. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. Sports Flashes, everything about sports. You are tuned into Sports Flashes Radio. World's biggest sports radio channel. Sports Flashes, the official broadcast partner of BCCI. Sports Flashes, everything about sports.
Welcome back. You're tuned into Sports Flashes. I am Sahil Magoo, and with me in the chit-chat session is Wali Siddiqui. 9 overs have been bowled. Kolkata Knight Riders are 90 with the loss of 1 wicket as Sam Curran has been introduced into the attack. Shubman Gill and Robin Uthappa are playing for Kolkata at the moment. The first delivery from Sam Curran has been flicked away towards the mid-wicket area for a single as Robin Uthappa takes strike now. Robin Uthappa is playing at 20 from 11 deliveries, who is accompanied by Shubman Gill, who is on 24 from 22. So Wali, it's very clear. The management has said that Robin Uthappa will be the aggressor, while Shubman Gill will try to play the sheet anchor and see the team till the end.
Well, that is the right strategy. You just can't have 2 sheet anchors at one point, because that's something quite that would be something quite inconsiderate in an attempt to give something to the team, because you're just playing for yourself otherwise. So a good role over here by Robin Uthappa to play the aggressor, and Shubman Gill on the other end is batting well as well. And Chandra Bhandari is saying, how do India play? Well, I think he's asking that who do India play in the first match. It's against
South Africa.
South Africa.
India start their campaign against South Africa on the May 30th. They will be playing against a formidable side. And not on the 30th May. I think the World Cup starts on the 30th May. Meanwhile, that's been driven by Shubman Gill for another boundary. What class, what timing. Coming back to your point, 5th May is when India is going to play against South Africa. And 5th June 5th June, yes. 5th June is... sorry, we are just too occupied with our match right now. We'll get back to the World Cup squads and World Cup matches. What is happening right now is Kolkata Knight Riders and Kings 11 Punjab, and it's been a brilliant 4 from Shubman Gill. The first match is India play their first match against South Africa. We'll confirm the date as to when they're going to be playing, and how and what they're going to play is something that we'll discuss after this delivery.
96 for 1, a beautiful cover drive by Shubman Gill once again, but straight towards the fielder over there. So no runs taken on the other end. Well, one thing is for certain, that the World Cup will start on 30th May. So we're just 27 days away, in fact 26 days away from initiation of the big one, the trophy that everybody wants in their cabinet. It's 96 for 1 coming back to the game. We'll just confirm it. It's 5th of June. India will face off against South Africa.
Yes, India will face South Africa for their first encounter on 5th June. The second one will be a much bigger encounter on 9th June. They will be playing against Australia, and the third one will be against New Zealand on the 13th. So 3 crucial matches to start a big tournament like this, and if India go on to win even 2 out of these 3.
And I think the 4th one will be the biggest one.
Oh yes, the 4th one, I didn't mention the 4th one. No, actually the 4th one.
Okay, the 4th one is not the biggest.
Yeah, it's Bangladesh, so it's not that big one. The big one is India-Pakistan, which is going to be later in the day. So it's going to be important. As meanwhile, a short delivery from Sam Curran that's been pulled away for a couple of runs. Almost misfielded again by KL Rahul, but good recovery there.
Almost, and he might be, another thing that I've noticed about KL Rahul is that he might be quite fit and he might have a really good physique, but he's sluggish in the field, the way he moves, and he isn't close to Virat Kohli's enthusiasm in the field, so that is something which he needs to work at. And Upendra Upadhyay is here with us. Amar Singh is asking us that what the score is. It's 98 for 1 after 10 overs, and Mainuddin Ghazi and Bollywood Hunter, nice name over there, are also listening to us. So 98 for 1 in 10 overs. The required run rate now under 8, as the current run rate is of 9.8 runs per over. 86 now needed of 60 deliveries, and that is exactly what Kolkata need to do. Just strike a boundary in every over and keep rotating the strike.
Yes, definitely, as Ashwin bowls the 11th over. Short delivery on outside off stump that's been cut by Robin Uthappa for a single. Sam Curran, who's just completed his last over, does the cleaning up job. Talking about the World Cup fixtures, the first game that India plays, as we said, is on 5th June against South Africa, which will be followed up with a game against Australia on 9th, which will be again followed up by another super team, New Zealand, on the 13th, and the big clash, Pakistan, on the 16th. So first 4, and the next one is against Afghanistan on the 22nd. But the first 4 games in the tournament, if India register 3 wins, they'll definitely seal a spot for the top 4. So it's very important that all these players are in top form and are injury free before the big tournament goes underway. Meanwhile, this is one, it looks like this one will be out. Yes, a simple catch. What has Robin Uthappa done there? He's just gifted his wicket, as this was a delivery that he could have placed anywhere, but he's just lobbed that one towards the fielder. A simple catch for Mayank Agarwal, who was patrolling the boundary. Ravichandran Ashwin picks up his first wicket. A fist pump celebration from him. Uthappa departs for a 14-ball 22.
And Ashwin's old habits of nicking a wicket or two just continues for Kings 11 Punjab. And he had pulled the length a little bit back towards Uthappa. He knew that he would be going for the big shot, as Uthappa went for the shot over long off, but just hands a comfortable take to the fielder standing at long off. It was Mayank Agarwal who takes a comfortable catch, but not a bad innings as compared to his previous stints. He scored 22 or 14, so not bad by Robin Uthappa. Now the question is that who will be the next batsman?
Andre Russell. I am pretty sure Andre Russell is the next man who is going to come out and bat, because he is someone who is pretty irritated, agitated, frustrated, and all those words that would define in the same category. So he will come out and bat, and the message would be to him that get a couple of overs for a sighter and then play your natural game. Because what will happen, 2 things can happen. Either Andre Russell can take the game completely away from Kings 11 Punjab and help Kolkata Knight Riders net run rate, which will be another important factor in the next game, or he will create more pressure for the batsman to come ahead, and Dinesh Karthik and other likes of other batsmen can then see it through. But if I am the KKR representative, I would set Russell, and they have sent Andre Russell. So the Dre Russ is out in the middle, and straight away he's refused singles. Now with the misfield, he's jogged across. So Russell, again, same frame of mind. I don't want singles, man. All I want to do is hit.
The big Jamaican over there, he's turned out to be a real match winner for the Kolkata Knight Riders in this season. And the last man to go was Robin Athappa. Ravi Chandranash quite upset with the misfield over there at mid-off. So this is an important phase of the game. Not only of the game, but of the IPL as well. Because if we take the wicket of Andre Russell, then the panic button will definitely be on for Kolkata Knight Riders, as Shubman Gill just cover drives it towards Murugan Ashwin. No run taken over there, and I don't mind as if Andre Russell keeps on blocking the balls. If he keeps on blocking the balls, then he scores 1 of 10 deliveries, because he knows how to compensate them in the later overs.
Absolutely, a very valid point made there by you, Wali, that even if he plays 10 deliveries, he will definitely make up for those 10 deliveries. And from KKR's perspective, it is important that he plays those 10 deliveries, because yes, you are a brilliant player, there are no second doubts to that, but no matter who you are, even Sachin Tendulkar, Don Bradman, you need a few deliveries to get a sighter. So the more deliveries that he faces, the stronger the chances for Kolkata Knight Riders to win this game. However, if it goes the other way, if he gets out cheaply, then the match is on. Then Punjab will be having a big grip on this game, and it will depend a lot on Dinesh Karthik, Nitish Rana to see the team through. Shubman Gill at the same time has been playing a good role of a sheet anchor as he moves on to 32 from 29 deliveries. Russell is 1 from 1. 11 overs have been bowled. Kolkata are 102 for 2. 82 needed from 54. So basically 9 overs need to be bowled. 82 runs needed at a required rate of 9.11. Let's see what's happened.
And I still feel that this is Kolkata's game to lose, because they've got a solid start in the initial overs. They're 102 for 2 in 11.1 overs, and even if you talk about the runs needed, it's 81 of 53, especially with the batting lineup of Kolkata Knight Riders. I think they should be able to do it, but pressure does strange things in a game of cricket. And Astute Survivor saying that I should take a day off. Well, the IPL is almost over, so I will be taking my day off. Do not worry, Astute Survivor. I'll keep my note to that. Tenzing Subra saying that Russell Baba is back, and watch his rocket shots. Enjoy, KKR fans.
Well,
Don't jinx it.
Yeah, don't jinx it, Tenzin, please, because these are very crucial 2 points for KKR, and a lot is expected from Andre Russell, because 81 is needed from 53. All they need to do is keep their head in the game, and as Wali said, they have gotten off to a great start. All they need to do now is to maintain what they have gotten, as Sam Curran bowls that delivery wide towards the leg side, which will be given as a wide, so he'll have to bowl that delivery again. 80 now required from 53. This is Russell's 300th T20 match tonight. Last time was a game before his birthday, so couple of occasions that he would want to celebrate with wins. Let's see if he can deliver in the same way. As KKR fan, as from KKR's perspective, everyone would want a Russell show again, so that KKR is still in contention.
Well, Andre Russell now facing the strike, and that's a good delivery by Sam Curran, angling in with his left arm pace and hits the thigh, and almost, if that was a direct hit, then he could have walked back towards the dressing room. A little casual by Andre Russell. Okay, it's hit the box. So I do understand over there. It's hit the box, and that's why I think Andre Russell should have done the sensible thing and said no over there.
Well, it hit him where everyone fears it shouldn't hit you there, so we're not gonna further debate on that as to whether he should have ran faster or not. He is in pain, but that's been something that Russell has been throughout the tournament. He has suffered a lot of injuries, whether be it on his hamstring, on his knee, on his arms, on his length, or being hit on the shoulder. That's something that has happened to him, but as a warrior, as a knight, he has stood again time and again for the team.
It's 106 for 2 after that single taken by Shubman Gill. 78 now required of 51 deliveries. And Andre Russell talking about his IPL figures, that he has played 63 games, and he has an average of 34.42, has struck 8 50s, has a highest score of 88 runs. And if you look at his strike rate, you just imagine that he's from another planet. His strike rate is 186.84, and he's a real dangerous batsman as he cuts one towards the cover region, and that's a boundary, giving an indication of what he can do. That's Marcel Russell for you. 110 Mudu, and that might just be the beginning of something quite dangerous for Kings 11 Punjab.
It's just the boundary that he has struck, so it's nothing.
You don't want to get excited over here.
Yeah, you don't want to get excited. We're just trying to keep calm. Even though Andre Russell is batting, let's just focus on the required rate. 74 needed from 50 deliveries. Andre Russell is on the crease. He's just hit a boundary. It's calm, composed, just take singles, rotate the strikes, and that one should be a wide delivery. Oh no, it's given as a first bouncer. A very sharp bouncer there by Sam Curran, who's conceded 16 runs from 1.5 overs. Let me remind you, had it not been Sam Curran's innings of 50 odd runs from 20 odd deliveries, this game could have been over earlier. But
had Rinku Singh taken that catch.
Yes, had Rinku Singh taken that catch, we would have Kolkata would have. Sorry, I keep saying we. You can see the passion
We're neutral,
for
man.
KKR. We are neutral. We are definitely neutral. KKR needs 74 from 49. Punjab is in the game. Anything can happen.
110 for 2, 74 now needed of 49, and Sam Curran is bowling a good over here, and this time it's a slower bouncer. He's appealing for an edge over there is Nicholas Pooran, but clearly there was no edge, and he's asking for the second bouncer, but no indication there. So he's a tough character, is Sam Curran. I just do not get it why Ravichandran Ashwin was benching him more often than not, and he's proving a point over here. Astute survivor saying that why is Robin Uthappa considering himself so important? He's just another player. He should keep his attitude to himself. He must understand that he isn't Virat Kohli, that he can afford it. What do you have to say about that side?
Astute, in Robin Uthappa's defense, I have the one who's been against him for most of the previous matches. Today, he just walked off quietly. He's not trying to prove anything. He's not trying to show anything. But yes, what is important for Robin Uthappa for his career's sake is that he better fine-tune his game. A lot has evolved. Meanwhile, what a shot there again by Shubman Gill. Will it be out or will it be a 6? We'll have to see. Oh, it's a big 6, comfortable 6. Ravichandran Ashwin has been brought into the attack. He's brought himself into the attack for the final over. And Shubman Gill, this lad is gonna be the future for Indian cricket team. I don't want to talk about Robin Uthappa. I want to talk about Shubman Gill. No matter what he does, I see him in the Indian cricket team playing day in, day out in the next 2-3 years.
I guarantee you, after the World Cup, it's going to be Shubman Gill who walks into the Indian team. I guarantee you that. And what a player he's turning out to be. He had a horrible New Zealand tour. He played just 2 or 3 ODIs, and under the swinging conditions for the very first time against Trent Bolt. Well, it'll be hard for any batsman, but I'm sure he'll be back even more strong.
That's the thing about Shubman Gill. When Indian team won the Under-19 World Cup, he played a major role. He was the one who was contributing day in, day out, and because of him, it was that the Indian teams, he scored 100 in one of the games, and Indian team went to the finals or won the finals, one of the games. So Shubman Gill is the future to look forward to. I don't know about Robin Uthappa. His future, he'll have to do something to secure his future. But what a shot!
Slog sweep this time by the youngster Shubman Gill. Ravichandran Ashwin trying to be cheeky over there as he just halted for a minute, but just showing his elegance and class was the youngster Shubman Gill. 46, he moves on to another 6, second 6 of the over. 122 for 2. And before we move on, we'll just also talk about Ravindra Kumar, who's saying hello to all of us, and MD Sogi Babu supporting Kolkata Knight Riders as well. Mushtaq Alam, Rita Maggu is she one of your relatives? Sai?
Yeah, that's my aunt. So good evening to you as well.
Auntie.
Yeah, that's my aunt. So good evening to you. And she's supporting KKR. Strange because she doesn't generally support KKR. Her team is RCB, but maybe because I am supporting KKR, so she's backing KKR today. Meanwhile, Ashwin bowls that delivery wide, and that will be another run for Kolkata Knight Riders as they now require 61 from 44 deliveries, reducing the gap. And Ashwin seems to be under pressure because of a 19-year-old boy.
And this time he just got it. What a shot this time. It was a short delivery and he places it towards the third man region for another boundary, and that's his fourth 50 for Shubman Gill. Second on a trot, 50 of the 36. What a knock by him. Russell or no Russell, this man will guarantee you the runs if you send him top of the order. 127 for 2, and he's toying with one of the most lethal off spinners of all time.
Well, a couple of days back, Ashwin said in a press conference, I believe myself to be one of the best off spinners. If that is what you have to say, this lad, 19-year-old, is going to be one of the best batsmen in the future. What innings, what precision from him. He was given opportunities earlier. He wasn't given enough opportunities in the earlier edition of the Indian Premier League. He was just given one chance to open against Chennai Super Kings, and he took it with both hands as he scored a 50-plus score. This time around, a lot of people were talking, why isn't Shubman Gill batting up the order? Why isn't he being promoted? Why aren't you not looking towards the future using Sunil Narayan, Robin Uthappa, players who...
That's the reason why he should be up there.
Exactly. He's proved it time and again. He's followed up with the consecutive 50s. In the last game also, it was his...
Scored again RCB as well?
Mumbai Indians.
No, before that
he scored against RCB as well. So he has been in a very good form of run, and it's not just that he's done this in this tournament. He has been playing very well in the domestic circuit as well, and he has just carried out the good form here. So Shubman Gill, all thumbs up to you, and probably all of us in the chit chat session, as Paritosh keeps reminding me, feel that he will be playing for India in the next couple of years as a regular top order batsman.
He's a proper player, Shubman Gill. Ravi Sahib Sarkar is here. Mushtaq Ali Alam supporting Kolkata Knight Riders. It's Shubman Gill who takes a single this time and gives a strike to Andre Russell. Score moves on to 129 for 2. And Rahul Singh is listening to us from Jaipur, so thank you for that, Rahul. And Sharif Ahmed saying that Kolkata will win by 6 wickets. 10 things saying that today Gill is torturing Punjab bowler. Rahul Singh saying that, sir, could you tell me you doing support which team? We'll tell you that. But Astute Survivor is saying that Shubman Gill can be what Indian cricket genius / critics want, Virat Kohli minus the attitude or arrogance or whatever you want to call it.
Oh yes, he's very humble. Don't deny the fact that he has the talent, he has the potential, but the best thing that stands about him is humility. He has no arrogance as of now.
He's quite fit as well.
He's quite fit as well, yes, and apart from the fitness, it's his humility. Meanwhile, Andre Russell has hoiked that one. Is that going to be caught? No, it's not going to be caught. It's in the no man's land area, and that will be a couple of runs. You never know with Andre Russell. The ball is always going to be in the air. Everyone's in the game.
But you should be comfortable now. It's even if Andre
do not go there. We are neutral. Kolkata Knight Riders are 131 for 2 in 13.2 overs. 53 needed from 40 deliveries, and we're just going to focus as to what happens. We're not going to predict who's going to win from here or who's going to lose. Andre Russell is at the strike at the moment. He's 8 from 6. Andrew Ty is bowling his second over. He's considered 18 so far in 1.2 overs, as this one is another wide delivery. Gill, on the other hand, is on 52 from 38 deliveries. 52 now needed for Kolkata from 40 deliveries.
Answer him.
And... Tending Sugrab.
Rahul is asking.
Rahul, I am supporting Kolkata Knight Riders. Wali Siddiqui is supporting any team that performs well.
I support Delhi Capitals, but I'm a neutral.
Yes, and Paritosh is avid Mumbai supporter.
And he's a neutral as well.
He's also neutral today because both of their teams have qualified, so they are in a comfortable position. Meanwhile, that's a humongous 6 from Andre Russell's bat. That one's gone the distance. Full toss. He made a full toss. It wasn't a full toss, but Andre Russell, everyone's just clapping. I don't want to say anything else.
Brilliant shot over mid-wicket, and it's a big 6. Something which we're quite used to, and something which we'll quite miss as soon as the IPL ends. A big shot by Andre Russell. The score moves on to 138 for 2. The runs now needed are 46 of 39 deliveries. I'll have to say this has to be the most sensible knock by each and every batsman in the KKR team right now.
I think a lot of credit for that goes to the game that they played last home game.
Karthik.
Dinesh Karthik is a different discussion that I have been telling you. The last home game that they played against Mumbai Indians, in that game they knew if they don't perform now, they're going to be out. They won that game after scoring 232 runs. They have realized the fact that their bowling team is very weak. They cannot defend anything below 190. So the batting unit has to click every game if they want to win. So 230 runs, and there was a time where Hardik Pandya was going against the bowlers. It became very difficult, and it seemed like they will end up changing that as well. But if the batting is clicking, KKR is a different outfit altogether. It's just that the bowling also needs to click along with the batting. Meanwhile, the game is still not over from Punjab's point of view, and although a dot delivery there from Andrew Ty, a good comeback. 45 needed for Kolkata Knight Riders from 38 deliveries. Let me remind you, either of the team that loses today's game will be knocked out of the playoff contentions, and the team that goes on to win this game is still not assured of a semi-final playoff berth, because they'll have to win their other game also convincingly, and at the same time hope that Royal Challengers Bangalore defeat Sunrisers Hyderabad, a depleted Sunrisers Hyderabad.
And if you ask me, the team who is quite likely to get knocked out right now, it's Kings 11 Punjab. It's 139 for 2 in 13.4 overs. 45 now needed of 37 deliveries. Andre Russell, Shubman Gill, Dinesh Karthik, Nitish Rana yet to come. Rinku Singh there as well.
Well, let's not go there. Delhi Capitals have shown time and again against
Delhi
this-
Capitals. You
so
can't compare them with KKR.
against the same opposition when they crumbled, failed to score 20 runs in 20 odd deliveries, and Kolkata Knight Riders have also done that. Meanwhile, that's been struck on the ground and has been popped over by Mayank Agarwal for a 6. So Russell would have been dismissed had Mayank Agarwal taken that catch, but what has happened is he's popped that one up for a 6. So fortune favors Kolkata Knight Riders, and Andre Russell seems to be in pain. Something that I've observed, when he hits a clean 6, he's not in pain, but when he mistimes the ball, he starts being in pain.
We all know what sort of pain that is. It's all right. Andre Russell, he's playing a good knock. It's all fun and games till your bat goes on and you keep on performing, but as soon as you're not in contention. But quite lucky over there, Kolkata Knight Riders. I'm sure quite a lot of KKR fans were nervous over there, but Mayank Agarwal has now surely dropped the game, because that has just been fluffed and it's gone to hit the boundary line as well. So that might just turn out to be a 6. And if that is a 6, the equation will be such that 39 runs will be required of 36 deliveries, with Gill on 52 while Andre Russell on 20. The clarification given: it's a 6, not the most conventional of 6s from Andre Russell, but a 6 nevertheless. And the most important one, if I should say, the 6.
Well, Astute Survivor is saying that some of us are listening over earphones. You cannot expect us to remain calm when Andre Russell is batting. I tried to mention that let's stay calm, let's keep our volumes down, but then he has set the stage on fire yet again. While Mario D'Souza is saying that he identifies with Wali in the sense that performance over fanatic support, and let the sporting spirit and discipline prevail over anything else.
I think he has something to say about Andre Russell over here.
Yes, this may be in the contention that both Andre Russell and Dinesh Karthik are not on good terms at the moment. We've been discussing that there's a lot going on. Performance is in its own place, but then when you have to be disciplined, when you have to follow a captain, it should be in a different way.
And we'll also get back to that. Astute Survivor, we have got your message. We apologize for that, but it's just that the excitement was such that it just went out of hands. So really sorry for my vocal cords as well.
Yes, the reason why we are having a sore throat in the chit chat session is because we cannot try and ensure to keep a low volume. We're trying our level best to keep it.
Well, everybody can certainly have a calmer version of themselves, but not Sahil, because it's his team that is currently winning the game, and he's quite happy about it. I can clearly hear his voice from outside as well. He was very vocal with it. With every shot that was being played, Chrislin played a good knock. Also, the innings of Shubman Gill has him hyped quite a while in the previous game also.
And Sahil's team will take on Paritosh's team in the final league fixture, and I'm sure Sahil's team will beat Mumbai Indians over there, because Mumbai will be quite casual. They've already qualified. No need for them to perform in that match.
If for your sake, Delhi would want Mumbai Indians to lose that game, because they want to have another chance in the final, because we've seen when they qualified for the playoffs and they were fantastic throughout the season, they lost out in the semis and went out of the tournament.
It's all right.
Well, let me just limit this conversation, because we'll not keep our individual preferences ahead. We'll try to be neutral. We are trying our level best to be neutral, but then you can just see that how great supporters of our team and loyal supporters of our team we are, just like you guys, and we have to voice our opinions in when our team is playing.
It's 146 for 2, and Astute Survivor once more saying that I always notice that Dinesh Karthik is not on good terms with someone time and time again, but I don't remember anyone. I just remember one name, that's Murli Vijay, but that's a valid reason. That's a valid reason why he's mad at him. But apart from them, I don't think Dinesh Karthik is ever that person who gets into a fight or who picks up a fight for fun. It's 146 for 2. Short delivery this time, misses it, does Andre Russell. Dot delivery, 38 now required of 35 deliveries. Rahul Singh saying that who is your favorite player from KKR? Sahil, he's asking you.
Well, my favorite player from KKR would definitely be Andre Russell. Is everyone's favorite, even if you're from supporting KKR or not. My favorite player would be Shubman Gill. I was very much pleased by the fact that Kolkata camp picked up 3 youngsters, Kamlesh Nagarkoti, Shivam Mavi and Shubman Gill. Unfortunate for Mavi and Nagarkoti that both of those are injured, but Shubman Gill, he has got his chances and he has proved what a player he is. Next season, I hope that both Nagarkoti and Mavi remain fit and are given chances to play. Meanwhile, that's a short delivery from Mohammad Shami that has been square cutted by Andre Russell for a 4. A bullet there, not a tracer bullet, just a bullet that was just shot and forgotten. 24 for Russell there from 12 deliveries, as it's Shami's turn to get the beating.
150 for 2 now, 34 required of 33 deliveries, and it's quite funny that they haven't done anything too adventurous, have Kolkata Knight Riders, and they're still cruising away with a big win over here. They could have cruised to 200 also at this rate, so quite strange innings because I think they've quite perfectly calculated what they need to do over here.
Well, again, if you talk about the batting, it's the four batsmen that have chipped in from the last game. Chris Lynn, Shubman Gill.
His innings was important.
The opening combination in the game against Mumbai, both of those fired. And given that situation, Andre Russell was sent one down, and then Dinesh Karthik fired. So all 4 batsmen contributed. Similarly, in this game, the opening partnership is again crucial, and that's what has happened, because Chris Lynn set the platform. He played a fiery knock of 48 runs, and then Shubman Gill has carried away from there, followed by Andre Russell, who is now 24 from 13. Robin Uthappa played his part with a 14 ball 22. So the batsmen and the team are peaking at the right time. What is important from KKR's perspective is that it's a huge 6. Oh no, it's out. What happened there?
It looked like it was going all the way to another 6, but that's taken at deep mid wicket. So Andre Russell will have to depart. And a good delivery, you'll have to say, by Mohammad Shami. Well planned, 50. He's gone for 24-14, but I think he's done his job. That was enough for him. 34 now required of 32 deliveries. So don't worry, Sahil, you still have Dinesh Karthik.
It looked like a huge 6, but what has happened is the ball has travelled huge in terms of the distance, in terms of the height, in terms of the elevation, but in terms of the distance, it has failed to reach the boundary ropes. Shami picks up the wicket. Big wicket of Andre Russell as he departs for a good cameo of 24 from 14 deliveries. Good catch there by Ty. Kolkata Knight Riders 150 for 3 in 14.5 overs. I'll apologize because I thought it was a huge 6.
Well, I can't blame you. I thought that was a big 6, especially when Chris Lynn top edged one, it went for a 6.
I mean,
at that time we were thinking that he's gone.
It's just a game of cricket that's strange, and again we have to wait and see as to what happens until the ball is completed. While from KKR's perspective, I think it's going to be Dinesh Karthik who's going to be batting next, and he's going to hopefully be till the end, see his team through, as they need 34 runs from 31 deliveries.
I think this is one of the most difficult tasks in the IPL, to predict what Kolkata Knight Riders batting lineup will be, because if someone does predict it, well, I think you should go to KBC or something, because it's so difficult that you do not know who the next man will be, because you have Dinesh Karthik, Sunil Narayan, Nitish Rana, Rinku Singh. So who do you send in next? We are saying Dinesh Karthik, but it can also be Nitish Rana.
Well, it can also be Nitish Rana, but then Dinesh Karthik has to stamp his authority. He has to see his team through. He has to lead the team from the front, and I'm pretty certain that it will be Dinesh Karthik. It's okay. Tenzing says yes. Tenzing, it is okay. They need 34 from 31 deliveries. Pretty much easy, one would say so. But then it's a game of cricket. You never know till the last ball is bowled or the last run is scored.
And it was on this venue when Sam Curran took a hat-trick against Delhi. Just
yeah, I know. I remember that game. So we'll have to wait and watch as to what happens in this game. For now, Kolkata Knight Riders 150 for 3. 14.5 overs have been completed. Andre Russell, the last man to be dismissed, as he scored 24 from a quick fire, 24 from 14 deliveries. 34 now needed from 31 deliveries. Gill is on strike. He's at 53 from 39 deliveries, and Karthik has accompanied him, who's yet to face a delivery.
So the skipper is in, and that was not a good delivery. It was drifting down the leg, couldn't get the connection, could Shubman Gill, and just takes a single. It was bowled at a pace of 147.8 kilometers per hour, and the bowler is right now Mohammad Shami. So a good over bowled by him. He got the big wicket of Andre Russell, and it would have been a word of good if they got a wicket in the earlier over when Mayank Agarwal dropped that catch. It would have added further pressure on KKR. Babar Sharif is back in the Sports Flashes Cricket Lounge. Welcome, Babar. Tahima Hussain and MD Russell is also here with us. Imran Bhasha is supporting Kolkata Knight Riders, as Unnati Pandey is also supporting KKR. It's 151 for 3. 33 now required of 30 deliveries. Kings 11 Punjab once again, in spite of posting a dominant total of 182, they're looking out of sorts at the moment, because if we talk about the bowling figures, Ashwin has completed his overs, Ravi Ashwin, Andrew Ty has 2 overs remaining. Murugan Ashwin has 2 overs remaining. Sam Curran has 2 overs remaining as well. So who do you give the next over to if you were a Kings 11 Punjab captain?
Yeah, there are 5 overs left. One of them will definitely be bowled by Mohammad Shami to complete his quota of 4 overs. This one is being bowled by Sam Curran, who's been driven towards the cover area for a single. Will that be a run out? No, that's not going to be a run out. Good fielding there by Ashwin, but the run was completed as the score moves on to 152 for 3. 15.1 overs. Dinesh Karthik will be facing his first delivery. Coming back to your point, Wali, one will be bowled by Mohammad Shami, one will be bowled by Sam Curran. Apart from that, you definitely have to go to your pick of the bowlers, which is Andrew Ty. Even though he hasn't been consistent as you would have liked, but then he has the potential and he has the ability to strike and restrict the opposition. So 2 from Andrew Ty, 2 from Curran, and 1 from Shami. Those would be my 3 bowlers to bowl the 5 overs, as Kolkata just require 32 more from 29 deliveries.
152 for 3, and it's Dinesh Karthik now who's the man on strike, and it's an identical position whenever he comes to bat. Team India is in a similar position when they need 30 of 25 deliveries, 20 of 18 deliveries, and he finishes it off in quite ease. Just that the top order of the Indian team is has such great assets that they don't just lose their wickets quite easily.
Well, yes, if he's going to get a chance in the World Cup 11, it's definitely going to be in either one of the 2 conditions, when maybe MS Dhoni is rested, or if he's used as a lower middle order batsman, because a number 4 or if he's used in a number 4 position. Either way, whenever he's given his opportunity, you have top 3 batsmen in the form of Shikhar Dhawan, Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli, so there will be some kind of foundation for him to capitalize on. And even if he's coming late, there will be other batsmen like Mahendra Singh Dhoni in the order, as well as Hardik Pandya to accompany him. So at the moment, it's hard for me to see him in the playing 11 unless MS Dhoni is being rested. That's the only way that he will be used. But if he can go on to prove a point and cement that 4th position in place of Vijay Shankar, who will give you more options with the bowling, then that would be something interesting to look forward to. Then it would become much more important for him to capitalize on all the opportunities that he get, because he won't get many opportunities. It will be one of a thing where he will get maybe like against one big team or 2 teams where he'll get that position. Vijay Shankar for me will be a more suitable number 4 option.
Well, 2 runs taken there by Shubman Gill as he places one towards mid-wicket, and he's played a phenomenal innings. He's on 56 of 42 deliveries this time. It's a dot ball, so no runs taken over here. 155 for 3, 29 now needed of 26 deliveries. And astute survivor. And if we talk about tomorrow's game, it's a double header. The first game will be between Delhi Capitals and Rajasthan Royals, and Rajasthan Royals still have a minor chance. If they win tomorrow's game, then they will move to 13 points, but it's quite difficult at the moment for them. And a comment here by Astute Survivor saying that I bowl leg spin and opening batsman for my college team. What do you do? Well, we have a game tomorrow, so we'll also identify our roles. Sahil is a batsman, is a proper batsman?
Yeah, I am a top order batsman. I used to bowl, but then there are a couple of back injuries. Not as fast as Rabada. I won't say that I have back niggles like him, but yes, I was a medium pacer along with being a top order batsman. Now I'm not a medium pacer anymore. It's just a top order batsman. What about you, Ali?
I'm basically a fast bowler who bowls with a new ball, but I haven't been in good form quite lately, being quite honest. And Paritosh is Paritosh is a middle order batsman, is he?
No, I'm quite the finisher.
He's okay, so he's our Hardik.
Either I finish it in the favor of my team, or either the other team wins if I go back inside the run.
So basically that sounds like Rishabh Pant. It's 155 for 3 in 15.5 overs, and a beautiful shot towards mid-wicket once again. Will it be 2 or will it be a boundary? It will be 2 runs with comfortably taken there, and that's sensible batting. He's just 19 years of age, and he's just being as sensible as possible over here. What brilliant batting by Shubman.
Yes, Shubman Gill has been exceptional in this game. He was great in the last game as well as in this game. He has gone on to score 58 from 45. From KKR's perspective, 4 overs left. They need 27 runs still from 24 deliveries. They will want to finish this game as soon as possible, but what matters at the end of the day are the 2 points. Who get those 2 points is something that we'll have to wait and watch as we take a short break on Sports Flashes. Stay tuned.
You are listening to Sports Flashes live.
Dhoni finishes off in style. A magnificent strike into the crowd. India lift the World Cup. Pulls it back. Here's Ronaldo for the hat-trick. And Cristiano Ronaldo does it again.
Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Flashes.
You are tuned into Sports Flashes Radio.
And what a performance by the number 3 seed Saina Nehwal, who tomorrow will contest a third All-England semi-final.
Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
This is Sports Flashes Live.
The flying Finn from Helsinki is on his last lap, looking magnificently good for his 20th World Championship win.
Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
You are listening to Sports Flashes Live. Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. This is Sports Flashes Live. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. Sports Flashes, everything about sports. You are tuned into Sports Flashes Radio. World's biggest sports radio channel. Sports Flashes, the official broadcast partner of BCCI. Sports Flashes, everything about sports.
Welcome back to Sports Flashes. I am Sahil Magoo and with me now is Paritosh Joshi. Kolkata Knight Riders are 157 for 3 in 16 overs. 27 more needed from 24 deliveries. Dinesh Karthik, the captain for Kolkata, is at strike as he scored 1 from 1, accompanied by Shubman Gill, who is on 58 from 45 deliveries. Paritosh, what do you think is going to happen with Andrew Tye and Sam Curran bowling?
KKR are gonna win it from here on. It'll easily be their game, and it's hard even for KKR to choke at this point. They are comfortably winning this game, and it's only time before they seal the win here, which will result them getting close to that elusive 4th spot, and that'll make things very interesting at the Wankhede when they collide against Mumbai Indians, and that would be fantastic encounter to watch as. KKR, they have exacted their revenge of years on Mumbai Indians by defeating them at Eden Gardens finally, and Mumbai would be waiting for them patiently for getting their revenge. Coming back to our comments, Tenzin is asking me why I'm so silent. Well, I have just joined the chat, so I won't be silent anymore. Official Hundal, Jeet Hundal is his name probably. He is supporting KKR at the moment. Farhad Ahmad is saying Gill, I guess. And yes, everybody is praising Gill at the moment. He has had 2 fantastic knocks consecutively, which will certainly give his side the win. Chris Lynn started off things brilliant fashion for KKR, as he was the one who started off the chase for KKR. He scored a total of 46 runs in just 22 deliveries with a strike rate of over 209. Robbie Thappa, he was dismissed on 22 off of just 14. Ron Russell was on 24 on just 14. 2 quick knocks by them, short cameos, and now that results in Dinesh Karthik in the centre with Shubman Gill, who is there for KKR right from the first ball. And the total right now is 160 for the loss of 3 wickets after 16.3 overs, as Gill and Karthik continue their chase of 183.
Well, 24 needed for Kolkata Knight Riders from 21 deliveries. Shubman Gill is at the crease with 59 from 46 to his name. As a short delivery being bowled, that's been pulled for another boundary. Great shot there by Shubman Gill, and he's very exciting prospect. With that boundary, he moves on to 63. He just wants to carry his bat through, and that's something that's a big positive coming in for Kolkata Knight Riders because their opening combinations were struggling. They were struggling with their probabilities of who will open, who will bat where. But in the last 2 games, it seems as if they finally found their 11.
They have finally found the way they should progress with their 11, because earlier the same players were there but in different order. And we were talking about Shubman Gill earlier also. He is a top order batsman. You can't bat someone who is good with the timing of the ball later in the game. He's of no use. He requires some ball to test the pitch, and then he gets going. He is a one for the long run, and he certainly is a very bright prospect even for the Indian side. Also, he's playing fantastically now that he's opening for KKR, and I think KKR are peaking at the right moment. They were struggling throughout the season in the middle of it, and at the right time they are producing results. In this match they are quite near the win now. It's 18 deliveries left and 18 runs remain for them, so they should win it easily from here on. And Dinesh Karthik and Shubman Gill at the centre for KKR is a plus, because Shubman Gill, he is batting fantastically at 64 of just 48 deliveries. Dinesh Karthik is run a ball on 4. So as things stand, KKR are winning away this game, and they would be in contention to qualify with the for the playoffs in the 4th spot.
Well, definitely if KKR go on to win this game, they will get the 2 crucial points that they have been deprived of in the middle of the tournament. What will happen from this game is that they will move up in the order, and they will be placed 5th after Sunrisers Hyderabad, who are at the same position but they have a much better net run rate. So if after this, what will happen is if Sunrisers Hyderabad lose their game against RCB, and if Kolkata Knight Riders defeat Mumbai Indians at Wankhede, then KKR will qualify as the 4th team. Otherwise, if both the teams end up losing their games, Sunrisers Hyderabad will qualify as they have a better net run rate in comparison to Kolkata Knight Riders. So there are a lot of ifs and buts. Coming back to this game right now, 18 more runs needed from 18 deliveries. We'll quickly give you a recap as to what has happened. Chris Lynn set the platform for Kolkata as he made a blistering 46 from 22 with 5 4s and 3 6s. This was followed by Robin Uthappa, who scored 22 from 14 with 2 boundaries and a 6. Andre Russell played his cameo of 14 ball 24 with 2 4s and 2 6s, and at the moment on strike is the captain Dinesh Karthik, who's on 4 on 4. With that single, he moves on to 5 from 5, along with Shubman Gill, who's on 64 from 48 deliveries. 17 now needed from 17 deliveries. Sam Curran has been introduced into the attack. From Punjab's perspective, 1 over will be bowled by Sam Curran, 1 will be bowled by Andrew Tye, and 1 will be bowled by Mohammad Shami. So do you think they can choke Kolkata Knight Riders like they choked Delhi Capitals?
It will be very difficult for these 3 bowlers, because at the moment they are quite comfortable. Singles will do that for them. They had a chance against Delhi Capitals, but this batting side is looking quite comfortable, especially with the reliance of Dinesh Karthik and the form that Shubman Gill is in. I don't think that KKR will choke from here. And Sahil is giving me stares as I say that KKR is going to win it, because he doesn't like me jinxing the result for him. And Kings 11 Punjab, their fans would be sad because it's their home ground, and KKR are currently running away with the positive result from here. And with that delivery, it's now 2 deliveries gone. KKR moved to 168 after 17.2 overs. Coming back to our chit-chat session, Anish Kafle is saying that we should play playoff KKR. Yes, KKR would certainly be in contention for the playoff if they win it from here, and they would win it from here. Farhad Ahmed and Saha is asking for the score. Well, I just give you the score: 168 for the loss of 3 wickets after 17.2 overs. Gill is on 65 over 49 deliveries, and Karthik is playing run a ball at 5. 16 now required off of 16 deliveries for KKR to win it from here, and if they are able to register 1 boundary, they'll be easily home with that.
Well, 1 boundary you said, and with that ball that's been necked. No first slip there. Pooran extending himself but wasn't able to stop the ball, as that one goes fine towards the 3rd man area for a boundary. Dinesh Karthik gets his first boundary. A streaky edge, not the most convincing fashion, but then in cricket, no matter how they come, what matters is till the time they come. 12 needed now for Kolkata Knight Riders for 16 deliveries. That was a lucky edge.
Well, certainly heavy edge there, and Pooran wasn't able to get a hold of it. 4 more for KKR as they edge closer towards the win. They have played with heart, Kings 11 Punjab, but on the day KKR has certainly outperformed them. They weren't able to take quick wickets early on. Shubman Gill and Chris Lynn performed brilliantly, and it's a wide this time from Sam Curran, and this doesn't help his case because now 11 are required over 15. It's quite too easy for KKR this time.
Well, I feel sad for Sam Curran because this lad was dropped time and again from the Punjab outfit. There are a lot of Punjab supporters who are already walking out from the stadium. They have probably given up on their team's chances of making it to the playoffs. But Sam Curran, he was dropped on and off. In the second game itself, he took a hat-trick against Delhi Capitals. In this game, he scored his maiden 50 and tried to get back Punjab in the game with a daunting target of 184. But how good have the Kolkata Knight Riders openers been? Chris Lynn scored 48 from 22 deliveries, and Shubman Gill is still carrying on with a 65-run knock from 49 deliveries. Something to ponder upon. Both games back-to-back, in the last game against Mumbai Indians as well as in this game, the Kolkata Knight Riders batting has struck again and again. What hasn't done well for them is their bowling. With defending 230, they almost conceded 200 runs, and today also they have given away a target of 185 runs. Meanwhile, there's a short delivery from Sam Curran which has been dragged, pulled, whatever you want to say. It was a good shot by Dinesh Karthik which will result in 6 runs. Just 3 more needed now, and flags in purple and gold are seen roaring high as Kolkata Knight Riders still live for a place in the playoff spots, while for Kings 11 Punjab, this loss would mean that they are out of contention and they will probably remain at the 7th spot.
Well, sadly for Kings 11 Punjab, it hasn't been their day. They performed well with the bat to get to a total of 183, and it's all done and dusted. Karthik drives it, cuts it, whatever he does, it results in a 4, and they have registered a 7-wicket win over Kings 11 Punjab. It's Dinesh Karthik who scores the winning runs for them. A fantastic knock from Shubman Gill right from the start, right till the end he stayed and has registered a remarkable win to make his team stay in contention for a playoff spot. Kings 11 Punjab, this result does is it rules them out of any contention for a playoff spot, and sadly for them, it's all done and dusted in the IPL.
A very good news for all Kolkata Knight Riders fans, Tenzin and Anish Kafke, all the others listening who were a part of the commentary. Kolkata Knight Riders have won this game within 18 overs, 12 balls to spare, 7 wickets in hand. This will definitely do a lot of good for their net run rate. What they now need to qualify is win against Mumbai in Mumbai. Paritosh, do you think that's possible?
Anything is possible. When they have beaten them at Eden Gardens, it's possible, but not quite likely. And we'll give you a little scorecard summary as Kolkata Knight Riders has chased down a total of 183 from Kings 11 Punjab. Chris Gale has scored 14 off of 14. Lokesh Rahul was also dismissed early on, 2 off of 7 from him. Mayank Agarwal played a great cameo but was run out, 36 off of 26 from him. It was Nicholas Pooran who was fantastic for Kings 11 Punjab. He scored a brilliant 48 to make his team to anchor his team back into the game after initial wickets, and for them Mayank Agarwal was good. Mandeep Singh was decent, but it was Sam Curran who scored 55 off of 24 to end it on a positive note for them. Coming to KKR's innings, it was fantastic. Shubman Gill scored to 65 off of 49, staying right from the start till the end. Chris Lynn, what a start did he provide, 46 off of 22. Robin Uthappa, 22 off of 14. Andre Russell was for a short stint, 24 off of just 14 deliveries from him. And Dinesh Karthik, he was the one who scored the winning runs, 21 off of just 9 deliveries. And the bowling summary would be given by Sahil.
Well, we'll talk about Kings 11 Kolkata Knight Riders bowlers first. Sandeep Warrior was the pick of the bowlers. He gave away 31 runs, picked up 2 crucial wickets of Chris Gale as well as KL Rahul in his 4 overs. Harry Gurney was expensive. He gave away 41 runs, especially the last over. He was taken apart by Sam Curran, giving away 22 runs, picked up 1 wicket in his 4 overs. Sunil Narayan was economical as always, 29 in his 4 overs. Andre Russell bowled 3 overs, picked up a wicket and gave away 29 runs. Piyush Chawla was expensive yet again, giving away 43 runs in 4 overs without any wicket. Nitish Rana was also used for a solitary over. He gave away 8 runs and picked up a wicket. For Kings 11 Punjab, the bowlers. Mohammad Shami was pick of the bowlers. He gave away 15 runs, picked up 1 wicket in his 3 overs. Arshdeep Singh was expensive. 2 overs were taken apart for 24 runs. Ravichandran Ashwin gave away 38. Took 1 wicket in his 4 overs. Andrew Try was expensive as well, 41 with 1 wicket in his 3 overs. Murugan Ashwin gave away 24 in his 2, and Sam Curran gave away 41 in his 4.
And the night has ended at Mohali. It is KKR who move away with the win, and they are certainly in contention for a playoff spot. We'll also take your leave, but we'll continue with the chat tomorrow when we meet for the double header. Initially, it is a match between Delhi Capitals and Rajasthan Royals at 4 p.m. and then RCB take on Sunrisers Hyderabad. It'll be interesting encounter both of them, and we'll catch you there. Till then, keep listening to Sports Flashes, and we'll see you tomorrow.
This is Sports Flashes live.
Sports Flashes.
It's time for Indian T20